Did you already start it?
Yeah.
People are watching us right now.
No, no one's watching yet. So we can do. I got my 5 options here. We got grilled cheese, ramen,
Oh, dude, you got
spag-
everything right now, man.
spaghetti,
Oh, jeez.
burritos.
Dude, let's do. How about some like grilled cheese ramen action?
Yeah.
Classic.
Yeah, that sounds good. So basically, just hit the live comments and then.
Yeah, we're going live now. Huh?
Someone's here.
What's
we got
up,
2
guys?
people, 2 likes instantly.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh. Alright. Yeah, I'll grab the stuff.
Alright.
How's my day been so far? Let's go. Yeah, they disappear after like 5 seconds, so you got to keep.
Let's go.
You have to keep swiping up. It's pretty annoying, but.
Okay. Yeah.
Day was a little bit crazy, but all good now. Just really hot outside. Alright, so I got the fresh bread. Oh yeah, and I soaked this with like soda, so this is all sticky.
Nice.
That's why my rugs are gone right now. Yeah, here's my can of soda, literally half of it's gone, dude. I stabbed it right there.
Oh, good one.
I like didn't even touch it, dude. It was ridiculous. It literally just like sprayed the whole house like in a half a second, dude.
Nice.
So I got the cheese on top left.
Oh, sweet.
All those drinks are not cold yet.
Oh, yeah, dude.
Those are old. Just the block of cheese with the tin foil on it.
Oh, nice. Okay.
And then I got fresh bread.
Okay. I might need to.
Wow, this is. Let's go. What's up, guys? Yeah, it's not cold, but all yours. Oh, someone's here. Who's that? Who's that? Finally got.
Finally, friends.
Hopefully that's. I was like gonna say like hopefully that's not shaking up. Be careful when you open that, but.
I think we're good.
I was whipping in the car.
Oh, we've been friends for a long time. What's going on?
Okay, so I got the bread. What am I? I'm so dead right now. I got butter. A little bit of butter. Do you like garlic?
Oh yeah, dude.
Garlic bread cheese sandwich.
Let's do it. You guys, it's so trippy being here right now because I've seen so many of these live streams, and now I'm like here in person, and it's super trippy, but it's pretty sweet.
What kind of ramen do you want? What flavor? I guess it doesn't matter. We're just in water right now.
Oh, dude, let's mix it up.
Those. The soy sauce is good, man.
Oh, you're so full of stuff. Nice.
Ready for the apocalypse.
Yeah, dude. I mean, the chicken's classic.
Oh yeah, can't go wrong with the chicken.
Yeah, let's do some chicken action. Let's see if there's any comments.
Yeah, just swipe out.
Okay.
Just one.
Did you guys have to go through college in order to get into the apprenticeship?
No.
No. Yeah, neither of us had to.
I mean, I already went to college, but it had nothing to do with electrical. And none of it applied to electrical, so. Yeah, I'll do chicken, that's fine.
Yeah, I did go to college. I went to community college just for 1 year, but I pretty much didn't really know what I was doing. I was just going because it's kind of like what I was told you should do. And then I worked at AT&T for a while and talked to my brother-in-law who told me all about the apprenticeship and how sweet it was to be in the union and the IBEW. And yeah, I applied and didn't have any on-the-job experience or anything prior. No like trade-related college courses or anything. But I worked really hard to make sure that I was a good candidate by working on my portfolio and all that. So yeah, you can get in if you don't go to school for it beforehand, for sure.
My house smells like strawberry soda.
Oh, dude, I love it. Street speed. Oh, hold on, I think we passed one. I know some people who have no experience in electrical work, but they have their Electrician license.
Maybe like a training license?
Yeah, maybe.
Why is this so small?
I don't know how that could be. Yeah, typically.
Depends on the state, I guess.
Yeah, maybe that's true. I know in Oregon, you have to have, I believe it's 8,000 on the job hours to get your license.
Yeah.
And we do, gosh, I think it's like, I need to double check, but there's a certain amount of,
School hours?
yeah, classroom hours too.
I thought it was like 196 or 496.
Yeah, I think it's like close to 500. I'd have to double check on that.
That sounds about right.
But yeah, so I don't know how you could just sign up and get your license without having any experience.
I mean, unless they just let you test for it without like checking.
8,000 hours, yeah.
Without checking your experience and just test out and get it. If you know the code book, I mean.
Yeah.
Okay, let's.
Was it? Okay.
Stove action.
Oh, is that why we're together? Nah, we're just hanging out. We're just bros. They have their electrical license. All they do is call their coworkers to do the work. I don't know. I'm not sure. Not sure how they make that happen.
Finally. Dude, I soaked the whole like stove with soda. It's ridiculous.
Man, dude, it went like in all directions.
Dude, I
Crazy.
cannot even tell you how many places it
What are you guys working on right now at work?
In the boiler room, we're just adding lights, but everything has to be piped and like compression, watertight fittings. It's so dumb.
Oh, okay. You guys doing like, so you're piping, just EMT or?
Yeah, EMT.
Okay.
So many people in here. Street speed posted. Oh my gosh. Dude, street speed like one of my pictures yesterday. Sub Diablo. Nice. Glad to help. Hello. Alright. Let's see what I got here. Alright. So I got the water heating up. Don't need to heat that up yet. Get the bread ready. Knife. For the cheese. Someone's at the door. Come on in. Are you on your phone watching the live stream?
Yeah, dude.
Oh my gosh, dude. What are you doing, dude?
Oh, dude. I'm gonna give us a super chat right now.
Oh my gosh, let's go.
Yeah, let's go.
Dude, yeah, how do you do that though?
Super chat?
Yeah.
On the bottom right, you have
I've never like.
you have that icon.
Then you have to like have an account like. You have to have like a payment like already set up or something, or.
It just, for me, it syncs with my Apple Pay.
Yeah.
So let's see, super chat.
We have.
Nice.
I like seeing myself in your screen.
it's super delayed. It's weird.
Yeah, there's not good signal out here for phones.
Who do you have for your service?
AT&T.
Okay, I have AT&T. That's the way to go, man.
They're probably not the best, but it's good enough for pretty much everywhere, unless you're out in the woods. What state you live in? We're in Washington and Oregon. Your Instagram is mad.
Oh, me?
Yeah.
It's Mad Electrician Official.
No spaces, but you have underscores.
Underscores, yeah. He's mad. Yeah, always. Yeah, so the MAD in Mad Electrician, it's basically just shortening my last name. So my last name is Madrosen, Madrosen. So, Mad Electrician. That's where it came from. $17 an hour, good. What was that for non-union? Is that the journeyman rate for you guys?
One guy was saying, I don't think it's him, but some other guy just started and he's like in Canada, but he's getting like $17 an hour, non-union, like no experience. I think that's
Probably the apprentice. Yeah, it really just kind of depends, like what state you're living in, what the average pay is there for electricians for starting out, and also state dependent. Okay. Yeah, no, that sounds good starting out. So when I started out, I was making, I want to say it was like $16.50.
I was making like $12.50.
Oh, geez.
But I started a long time ago.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, see, I started,
10 years ago.
wow. Yeah, I started
So it's gone up
half that time ago. So yeah, no, 17 is great. I think it's a starting pay, for sure.
for like any state, that's good.
Yeah.
Non-union or union.
And I know now the starting pay here in Oregon is about $20 an hour.
First term?
First term, yeah.
That's great.
Yeah, pretty good. Local 48, let's go.
The referral codes, baby.
What?
I'm still waiting for my $1,000
For what?
for my sign-up bonus.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
I wish I got a sign
It
up
should
bonus.
be coming within the next week or two.
I should have gotten like a referral bonus or something for. Nah, you were already looking into it before you talked to me.
No, yeah, I should have used you. Because I called like the president or whatever. He's like, oh, I'll just write my name down. I was like, okay.
Alright.
I was like, okay.
I'll just take that sign up bonus.
Pretty much, dude.
Nice. Yeah, man, move to Oregon. You can work with me and John. John lives in Washington, but we both work together at the same local. Different companies, but same local.
Dude, yeah, this floor is like sticky still. Okay, so I sprayed the floor. I sprayed the stove. On top of the stove, there was like pop inside the top of the cooking thing. The whole stove, the whole microwave, like this whole area, all these cabinets, those cabinets, the whole wall right here. On the
Jeez,
on the
how, man?
ceiling,
How?
on the ceiling. Dude, it was nuts.
Jeez. So let's just go through your stuff, see what you got.
Yeah, so I had all these cups on here,
Yep.
and now they're all like pink. I was like, I'll just put those clean dishes away later, and then
Yeah.
I sprayed them with
Good
pop.
one.
Yeah, I don't have much.
No, dude, you have the basic necessities. It's just you anyways. For now, right?
Yeah.
So your old buddy. Nice. Seems like correct wiring.
Oh, almost dropped that.
You'll have to give me a tour of the rest of the house. You guys, I just got here like 10 minutes ago, 5 minutes maybe before we started the live stream.
Yeah.
For the first time, I've never been
I
here.
remember it was a total disaster because I had to throw everything out of the other two rooms to clean it up for my friend.
Oh,
So everything that was in the other storage room is now like on the side of my room, so it's like I kind of look like a mini hoarder.
nice.
So it's pretty great. Oh, that was, yeah, I was waiting for that. Thank you for that update, for the cleater update. Nice, $18 an hour. Dude, there's so many people here.
What's that?
Oh, there's like 14 people here. I'll cut the cheese.
Dude, let's go. Let's make it 15.
Yeah, just make sure like when you live stream you're like sideways though.
Why is that?
probably just easier. I don't know. Either way, but
Dude, 15, yes. Nice.
15, 6 likes. Thanks, guys.
Hey, oh, 16. Yeah, let's go. Woo! Yeah, whoever just got in here, let's thumbs this up. Let's like it. Oh, no, we're losing people. Yeah, 8's nice. That's what I'm talking
Let's
about.
go,
12.
guys.
Jeez Louise. I should just stop talking. Maybe I'll go home. Yeah, nice. 10 likes. There we go.
10? Wow, that was fast.
Maybe you
You're like
should.
the best cheerleader I've ever had.
Yeah. Maybe you should have me on your
Dude, come
on your
over.
channel more often, John.
More
I like
over
this
there.
energy. I like your energy. Bro, this better be the best grilled cheese sandwich I've ever had.
Bro, it might be.
Well, it should be. There's a lot of hype. I've watched you make plenty of these.
You really have, though.
I really have.
See, this is what happens, guys. When you watch the live stream so much, you just get a personal invite to the house. That's how it works.
That's what happens.
Okay, bread is ready. Soup is not ready. Yeah, it's pretty low key. Nothing to worry about. Live streams are easy. Guys, got any questions for us? We're just hanging out here.
Just hanging out.
You have a tripod? Yeah.
I have like a, in my garage where I film my videos, I have like a clamp on tripod. So I have it clamped to like this shelf sort of thing that I have, and it has like an arm that reaches out.
Kind of like a phone clip.
Kind of, yeah. Yeah, a phone clip. I just use my phone to film my videos.
What phone do you have?
iPhone 11. I just got the call to join IBEW 302 after 2 years of waiting. Yeah, sweet, Luis. Congrats.
That's hardcore.
Yeah, that's huge. 2 years of waiting because of the pandemic. Okay. Gosh, I can't believe that we're so far into this already, man.
What?
Time flies. Well, just like 2020. I mean, everything. Seems like all this is dragged on and also flown by at the same time. What books would you guys recommend to study for my journeyman or for the first day as an electrician? You know, I get asked that question all the time, but there's not a ton of books that I would really recommend.
What's up, Kate?
There's a book called Code Calculations. If you go to my Instagram page, I have a picture of it. It's called Code Calculations. I think I have like the 2017 edition of it. But I mean, I would get that, and I would also get a code book, and maybe just start working through some of those calculations, kind of get a feel for, yeah, how to do those calculations, because a lot of those you'll use out in the field for sizing conduit and figuring out how many wires that you can have in a pipe, stuff like that. Code calculations, and then maybe get a book on like AC theory or DC theory. Let me look up the books that I have. I have a picture.
If you're in an apprenticeship, you should get like a type of curriculum. So
Yeah.
you won't really need. You shouldn't have to buy anything extra unless you want to.
Right.
But you should be going over a certain type of curriculum in your program that they either buy you the books or you pay them back or something like that. But for your journeyman test, you're gonna obviously need a code book. And the only thing I really recommend is the Tom Henry's Keyword Index.
Oh yeah.
Or I think there's another one called Firm's Fast Finder or something like that. But the only thing I used was the Tom Henry's Keyword Index, and then I brought my ugly book in, my uglies, but I don't know if I really use that at all. But that's more for out in the field, like bending pipe or whatever. So a lot of good information in there, formulas and stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah, if you buy anything, like if you're going to be going through the union, especially, I think a lot of your books are generally going to be provided for you. So like John said, you shouldn't really have to spend anything out of pocket to get those. But an Uglies book is really cheap. It's like what, 10, 15 bucks?
I don't know, I didn't buy one. I got it for free.
Yeah, I got mine for free too. So, but that's a good little reference, you know, that has code references and it explains how to do simple calculations like Ohm's law, stuff like that. So maybe pick one of those up if you want to kind of start learning some of this stuff before you get in.
Oh yeah, and he also wanted to know what YouTube channels. I mean, obviously ours, but other one, I don't really follow that many like electrical channels just because I'm making my own videos and stuff. But obviously, like Electrician,
Yeah.
I mean, if you just start like typing like electrical YouTube channels, a bunch of them will start to pop up, or they'll come in your recommended feed or whatever. So yeah, just keep an eye out for when they get recommended to you.
Yeah. Electrician U is definitely a good one. Let's see. There is a channel called American Electrician. That'd be funny if he's watching this right now. He just started out like, I don't even think a year ago. And he is like, oh man, his channel's growing so fast, it's awesome to see. So, but he has some pretty good content too, so maybe check him out. I know his channel is kind of more like yours, John, where he does kind of like a day in the life of an electrician sort of thing.
Someone left you a comment.
Some tool reviews and stuff too. I'm reading the comments on my phone.
How do I earn your guys' respect and learn more about your trade? He's saying like as a laborer. I mean, I respect laborers or whatnot. I mean, just depends on the people that you work with. Learn more about the trade. You can go to websites, YouTube channels. There's a lot of different ways. What's your opinion on a pre-apprenticeship? I think it's a waste of time.
I kind of have a different opinion on pre-apprenticeships.
Yeah, go for it.
Well, so that is, a pre-apprenticeship is an area that I want to make a video on, and I am planning on it. But to be honest, it's something that I pretty much know little to nothing about. That being said, I know that a lot of people that get in with IBEW Local 48 in Portland, Oregon, a lot of them have gone through a pre-apprenticeship. And I don't know if that is through Local 48 or through like a separate community college. I think it's through Local 48. But a pre-apprenticeship is a really good idea, I think generally, just because it's one of those things. It's like pre-apprenticeship. The name kind of, explains exactly what it is. It's like that first step that you take to learn all the basic skills that you're going to be using when you first get into the apprenticeship. So if anything, it just shows that you're really serious about getting in. So anything that you can do that's going to make yourself look like a better applicant for the apprenticeship is gonna be huge, right? Because you're going up against thousands of people, at least here, that's how it is. So you want to make yourself stand out, and I think a pre-apprenticeship is a really good way to do that. I just, like I said, personally don't know a ton about them yet, so.
Yeah, for me, when I hear pre-apprenticeship, I think of more like a trade school or something like that. So, obviously, I don't know much about trade school as well, but I think it's kind of different for me just because I was non-union. So when I hear pre-apprenticeship, I'm like, oh, that's a waste of time. But for the union, it would kind of make sense to, if you have like a portfolio or like a resume or something to try to get in, that would really obviously look good.
Yeah, definitely. Let's see, that one guy, 102, wanted to say thanks for the apprenticeship info. Your information is awesome. Currently sitting at number 2. No way.
That's awesome.
Congratulations. Oh my goodness. Yeah, that's huge. I just said it, and if it sounds like you've seen a lot of my videos, yeah, thousands of people apply every single year to Local 48. So if you ranked number 2, that is very impressive. So congratulations. That's really cool. I am going into 8th term at Local 48, and I start classes this month actually, and I'm gonna have school on Tuesdays. So maybe we'll run into each other. That'd be kind of cool. It's always fun to see people. And
Yeah, that'd be
people I've seen
cool.
on the channel.
Someone else said, how did you guys get into the trade? I went to school for 2 years for electrical, can't find an apprenticeship. I've been out of school for around 2 years. I started working before I got into the apprenticeship. I was non-union, so it's a little different possibly. I should have turned my notifications off. So yeah, I started working and then my boss told me to join an apprenticeship, so I did. I don't know, you can speak for yourself, Steven.
Which question were you? I was kind of.
How did you guys get into the trade?
Yeah. Well, yeah, for me, I kind of said this earlier, but basically I had kind of, I guess it really started for me growing up in a union family. So my dad is a pipe fitter and with Local 290 in Portland, Oregon. And so, you know, I didn't know much about pipe fitting or anything like that, but I knew how awesome it was to be a part of a union family. You know, like we were just really well taken care of, my family growing up. There were layoffs, not a ton, but there definitely were some, and so that's kind of something that I knew was a possibility, you know, getting into the trades. But a lot of that was kind of when the economy was a little bit worse, and gosh, the last, I don't know, 5-7 years, I mean, things have been really good, and so there hasn't been any layoffs for my dad, or I've never been laid off, but I've only been in for about 4 years. But yeah, basically how I got in was I was talking to my brother-in-law. He's with Local 46 in Seattle, and they make a lot of money out there. And yeah, kind of just talking to him, and then I looked up all the information online about how to apply, and did as much research as I could. And I knew that basically not having any construction-related experience or any trade-related classes or anything like that, that I had to really impress the interview committee when I got in. And I kind of, the way that I am, the way that I always have been, is it's like when I decide to go for something, like I'm like all in, like 100%, I'm gonna do it, and like it's gonna happen, absolutely. So yeah, that I kind of just full force pursued, you know, getting in. Like spent a ton of time on my cover letter, my resume, my portfolio. Spent so much time on that. I would spend hours every single night studying for my aptitude test. So anyways, I could keep going on, but yeah, kind of just decided I wanted to do it and that it was going to be good for my family, and I did it.
Yeah, we got a bunch of comments up in here.
Dude, 22 people, man.
That's probably a new record.
Nice.
Someone was asking,
Let's go.
do I have experience with the iPhone X camera? I have the 10s Max, and that's what I use for all my videos and live streaming right now. He is in Oregon, I'm in Washington. Is there any videos on pre-apprenticeship? I think he's about to make one, he said.
Yeah, I'll move that to the top of my list. There are some other videos that I want to make soon.
And then,
but yeah,
were you just responding to the one that says that this guy's 16 and what are his chances of trying to get into, increase his chances of getting into the union? Kind of, like you said, pre-apprenticeship, studying, and...
so yeah, what I would say is basically have in mind the fact that you are going to eventually be in front of an interview committee, or maybe just one person if you go the non-union route. But so between now and the time that you have your interview, you want to use this time basically to the best of your ability to make yourself the best candidate that you can possibly be for the apprenticeship. And I have 2 videos where I kind of talk about things that you can do. If you watch my, my portfolio video and my applying for the IBW video, I kind of get into that. But basically what I would say is for now, spend as much time as you can like doing projects around the house. If you have a car, start working on your car. If you have, if you know somebody that like needs help building a fence, help them build it. You know, anything that you can do that you know would impress an interview committee when you're applying, I would do that now and start documenting that and start compiling all that stuff together. And maybe even look into taking some online courses or something to make yourself a better candidate, whether that's like a code course or a safety course or electrical theory. There's definitely things that you can do now to make sure that you are going to be the best candidate by the time that you can apply. So,
Ryan Sampson says, "What's up, my electrician? How's it going, dude? Good to see you. Got a few more questions here. They pay 35% until 1,800 hours, then move you up to an apprenticeship. I'm not sure if that's fair. I think he might have answered that."
I see Stanley's comments. It kind of is a lot of pressure, yeah, and
Everyone about trade school.
it's kind of up to you, you know, like how much effort you want to put into getting into the program. And maybe you live in a state where it's just not super competitive to get in, and maybe you can just apply and you know, not spend a ton of time like studying for the aptitude test, or spend a ton of time you know, basically like working on your portfolio and stuff. But the reason why I say everything that I did is because like I've said a couple of times now, is in Local 48 where me and John both work, there's literally thousands of people every single year that apply, and unless you can really impress the interview committee, you're not going to have a great chance of getting in. So, but you know, not every local is the same. So, you may not have to put in the same amount of effort depending on where you're at.
And someone was asking about trade school.
What are your thoughts on trade school, John?
I have no idea. One sec. Thoughts on the residential program with IBW? Probably still a good option. Pays less. Is it 2 year? Right? I'm not sure.
It's definitely shorter. It might be 2. I'd have to check.
Can I get a hoo-yah? Hoo-yah! Do you think if I go to trade school, if I got a trade school certificate for electrical with no experience, I would have a good chance of landing an apprenticeship? I don't think that necessarily, it might help you, but it doesn't necessarily mean that you'll land one, I would assume. Commercial and industrial electricians do have higher incomes than residential.
The one thing that I would say about doing the residential program is, you know, whilst definitely you're an electrician, right? You're learning how to do everything that electricians do, at least in residential areas, houses. But there may be a time where you want to expand and do commercial work, or do maybe some low voltage stuff or industrial. And the one downside with the residential program is that's exactly what it is, right? You can only do residential. Now I know when you're an apprentice, you can transfer out of the residential program into the basically the full-on inside electrician program, and there are a lot of people that do that. I don't know how it works once you already have your residential electrician's license. I'd imagine that you wouldn't have to you know, do all the classes if you wanted to pursue the full-on license, but that's just what you want to keep in mind. If you do the low voltage program or residential, like those are great career paths. I think they can be very fulfilling. You make great money, but they are limited. So that's just kind of what you want to keep in mind.
I think we kind of caught up.
What's that?
I think we kind of caught up on the comments.
Somebody asked, do you need the OSHA ID
Not that I'm aware of.
to get into the apprenticeship? I'm assuming that's what that comment says.
Not sure. Not for non-union unless they change the rules.
I don't know about an OSHA ID. I know that you need to be caught up on your OSHA training classes. What is it, like OSHA 10? I think is the most basic OSHA class. So, but I don't know about having an actual OSHA ID. I know I don't have one.
I'm gonna try not to spill this.
Dude, let's go, man.
I'm tired of making messes, dude. It's been a rough day.
Dude, man. I'm over here reading comments and
You're taking care of the live stream for me? I'm
I
taking
guess,
care of
yeah,
it.
dude. Man. Can I just like show everybody what you're making?
Oh yeah, go for it.
You guys.
Got these sandwiches.
Oh my goodness. Spoiled tonight. See that? Yum.
That's like a $2
I
dinner.
know. Actually, my wife made homemade tacos tonight. Maybe I'll have you over for tacos next time. I see, actually, yeah, my wife is watching right now. Oh,
Mrs. May?
Mrs. Mad.
Mrs.
Spoil-
Mad.
She says, what spoiled tonight? I just made you tacos. You did make me tacos, and I'm very thankful for that.
You're gonna have big leftovers.
I am gonna have good
I'm
luck.
gonna go home and eat a real dinner.
Yep. You know, sometimes tacos can't compete with grilled cheese sandwiches with the boys, though.
True.
I lost one.
Yeah, these probably are getting a little bit cold, but they're pretty good.
It's all good.
Try to give you the toastier one.
Thanks, man. Okay, somebody says, Nick Dowie says, I have been doing electrical work over a year, had a 3.2 high school GPA, and I can't even rewire a ballast yet. I work for my dad, and I'm 18. Should I start the apprenticeship or stop now? I would say, definitely don't stop. You know, is this something that you want to do? Is this a career that you're interested in? If it is, then, you know, keep going for it. Like, there's so many things that you have to learn as an electrician, and it sounds like you already have a really good head start. The fact that you've already been doing electrical work for over a year. In my situation, I came from a background where I was in retail, I was a store manager, didn't know how to wire anything, but I could schedule and conduct store meetings and stuff like that. So when I first got in, like, it was very overwhelming for me. I just felt like it was gonna take forever to learn everything. And, you know, here I am 4 years later, and I feel very confident in most situations, you know, doing things by myself. As a sustaining electrician at a hospital, I am, constantly working by myself. You know, there's a journeyman around somewhere, my boss is around, but anyways, what I'm trying to say is I didn't know anything, and now I feel very confident, and I didn't know anything prior to getting in. So if this is something that you want to do, like, yeah, go for it, and just know it's going to take time to get things done, and there's nothing wrong with that. And it should take time, because you want to do things right, and you want to do things safely.
Yeah, I mean, you still learn new stuff every day. Just because you get your license doesn't mean that you know everything, or you're expected to know everything. When I switched to the union, I never done industrial before, and I felt really dumb because I'd never done industrial. But the company that I'm working for just, you know, taught me step by step, just tell me what to do and all that good stuff, and how to read blueprints and different diagrams and stuff. So definitely feel more confident now.
This thing lives up to all the hype.
Oh yeah.
You guys are missing out.
How's the vet doing? She's seen better days. Definitely still need to get that looked at.
So my wife, Sarah, says that you can come over and have tacos one of these nights.
Let's go. I'm going non-union to union with 2 years experience. How do I keep my pay? I think you should transfer over, and you should probably be getting more money anyways. But you'll just have to wait. You might have to take a pay decrease for a little bit.
Just made a video about that too. Taking a pay decrease. My brother
Yeah.
had to take a substantial pay cut. So check out that video if you're in the same boat.
What programs did we go through? I went through Area 1 JTC or Northwest. They changed the name to like Northwest Institute of Electrical Technologies in Oregon, and that's non-union. And then he's going through IBW 48 union. Did you go through this one? Would any construction experience help with getting in, or would pre-apprenticeship be better? I mean, I think experience is good for knowledge, but I don't think that's gonna help on an application or an interview. Pre-apprenticeship might be better. Whoa, I see $1 or something, 99 cents. Is that you? I don't know, someone
No.
didn't pop up yet. Thanks, whoever sent 99 cents, appreciate that. Oh, that was you. Nice. And hey, that guy, did you switch from low voltage? Now you're doing a different program, I assume? Side to side is life. Probably just because I was traumatized from like the triangle like sandwiches at school lunch every day.
Okay.
Peanut butter and jelly, never again.
Yeah. Yeah, probably.
Can't do peanut butter and jelly. Been scarred for life.
Some of us are just squares.
Wow, I just burned my mouth.
Working on getting into 48. Nice. Ooh, awesome. Inside wireman, cool.
I want like a water.
That guy 102, yeah, I'll take one. Thank you. Have you already? I'm sorry, you may have already said it, but did you already apply to local 48? I guess where are you at in that process?
I never had a crustable.
Oh yeah, you said you're sitting at number 2. Yeah, you're the one that said that. Never mind. Yeah. I see that. I just scrolled up. Awesome. Awesome, awesome.
What should I expect as a first day apprentice? I mean, I will work residential and commercial. It really just depends on the company that you work for. You can be expected to do a lot of different things. Sometimes they just have you as a material handler, just carrying stuff around because you're cheap labor. Some companies hire laborers, so you're actually learning electrical at your apprenticeship or during your apprenticeship. So it really just depends. Probably pulling wire, you know, making up plugs, switches, maybe. I don't know if they would put you on that soon. Maybe just teaching you how to use tools, depends on how much you know. What's up, Snitch? Good to see you.
No way. Yes. That's my brother. Aaron Madrosin. Dude with the hat is handsome.
Thanks, I appreciate that.
I know for a fact the guy behind the phone.
This really helps the view count and the likes. It's new record tonight, guys.
I do what I can, John.
You're a good addition to the channel. And you too. Try to set up the Blazer game, because I don't know if it's gonna be over soon.
It's with a shout out.
I got into my local IBW apprenticeship in Boston. I'm just 18 and I'm scared because I'm the only young person there. Don't be worried. It might be intimidating, but you got to start sometime. Is that, yeah, we got ramen and the world famous my grilled cheese sandwich. And I can say that because this is my life. This is like
They do live up to the hype.
really liquidy, or not liquidy, but like super like gelatiny.
Pretty soft. Is that ramen? Yeah. Am I reading these comments delayed?
No, it should be pretty accurate.
Yeah, dude, it's chicken ramen, classic.
Chicken ramen.
Some triangle grilled cheese.
Square is where it's at. Good to see you, low key. Have a good rest of your night.
See, man. What other questions do you guys have?
Where's the vegetables? They're rotting in the fridge.
There's no vegetables in the fridge. That's a lie.
Hey. Not what I signed up for.
Actually, I don't know. Maybe you do have some.
I have like lettuce. Does that count?
Proud of you.
How many hours do you usually work a week? I've been kind of low recently just because I want to work less. So I've been working around 32 to 36. I'm sure you work at least 40, Steven.
Yep, 40.
You are moving your laundry room dryer. Can I connect it via 30 amp extension? I would see why not, as long as they're the same exact fitting. I mean, yeah, you know what I'm saying. Was it a hair or urine drug what? I've never heard of a hair drug test. I don't, maybe you can answer that. For me, I didn't have to do any type of drug test to get into an apprenticeship.
That's the one I said. What's wrong?
Good comment, good comment.
It was a urine test. I've never heard of a hair test. But depending on where you're at, maybe they will do a hair test. So just be prepared, you know. You never know. People ask about the drug test a lot, and so not only are you going to have a drug test typically to get in, but once you're in, you're also going to be having random drug tests, or if there's a like suspected reason to test you, maybe you had like an injury on a job site, maybe somebody reported something suspicious. So, I mean, you're going to do what you're going to do, but just know that if this is a career that you're going to have with the IBEW, you got to be prepared to pretty much always be ready to take that drug test. So, yeah.
See if I can get this going.
Some Reddit people had to do a hair test. Yep. I'm sure there have been.
I tried to live stream with this once and it didn't really work out.
Yeah, I'm sure the camera quality
This
was.
thing's like 10 years old.
Who has more experience between you two? Definitely John. John has like twice as much experience as me.
I mean, by years, yeah, but it would depend on. We would probably have different experiences in different things, so
True.
you might know a lot about one thing that I know absolutely nothing about. So, I mean, in general, I would, but
Yeah.
specifically, it might be totally different.
Yeah, maybe when it comes to like hospital work.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been at a hospital for 3 years, so.
I've been at a
I know that
hospital
pretty good.
for a little bit and I hate it.
Oh, dude, I love it, man.
Dude, I don't know how you do it. I would have quit by now.
It's different. I
It,
hear that
it
from
depends
others.
on what you're doing exactly. Like the stuff that we're doing is like really
There's definitely
really annoying.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely stuff like that. The thing about hospital work is you got to be like so contained to everything that you do.
Who's the better Fortnite player?
John, definitely John.
Have you seen any fatal accidents? No, I have not. Yo,
Oh.
what's Arctic?
I have heard about a very bad fatal accident. I can tell the story if you want.
I mean,
I don't know if you want me to tell the story.
you can say whatever you want, but I mean, were you personally there or?
No.
Yeah, I think he was just wondering if we've seen any ourselves.
No, I personally haven't. But yeah, accidents do happen, and I mean, this is a dangerous career. Like, I know you and I, we both have our videos talking about things we don't like about being an electrician, even though we obviously love being in the trade. But a lot of people comment on those videos that I've noticed, and they say, you know, like, oh, electrical work isn't dangerous, like, you just gotta know what you're doing. But it is dangerous. I mean, you make one wrong move, and that can be it. I know of I heard about an apprentice in our local years ago that basically he was working on some lights in a bathroom, and there was a shared neutral. And a shared neutral, for you guys that don't know what that means, is you can have a circuit turned off, but you basically have A phase, B phase, and C phase. And so if you have A phase turned off, you can still have B and C phase on. And a lot of the way that a lot of like old buildings were wired is they would use one neutral for all three phases. So if you have A phase shut off, you might think that that neutral is dead too, because that's the way new things are wired. But anyways, there was a shared neutral, and the guy turned off the circuit, was working in the bathroom in the light, and he got hung up, and he didn't make it. So yeah, you never know when something like that could happen, but if you're really safe and you're taking all the precautions, then you can really mitigate the risk.
I'm trying to find this live stream here. I'm trying to live stream during our live stream
Nice, dude.
because I don't have cable.
Do you guys know if the Air Force only takes 2 years to be a journeyman?
Oh, I think he was saying, do you know that?
Oh, did you? Okay,
What's up, Will?
I see. I misread that.
I did not know that.
I didn't know that either.
Dude, we have so many viewers and likes. This is crazy. Thanks, guys. Yeah, someone asked, oh, why did we get into the field? Someone asked, like, how, but why did we get into the field? Well, I was looking for a job, and it kind of fell into my lap, and the guy that I was working for asked me if I liked it, and I said yeah, so I just kept working there, and that's the gist of it.
For me, it was basically like I was working at AT&T, and I was so busy as a store manager. I never had time for my wife, for my one daughter at the time. I have 2 daughters now. So I wanted something where I could obviously make more money and have good benefits, but also have time with my family. And electricity has just always interested me, electronics, all that. So it seems like a good fit, especially talking to my brother-in-law, Tim, who he is, I don't know if he's a general foreman or a foreman at this point, but he's been a general foreman in local 46 in Seattle. So yeah, he got me pretty hyped, and I'm really glad that I got into this.
I might be able to watch this legally. Okay, let me just log in.
You're about to move to Oregon. Nice. Yeah, you should, man. I'm still an apprentice. I don't know how many people realize that, but I'm gonna be out in a year. I'll be done. I'm probably gonna do back-to-back classes, so I'll be graduating from the apprenticeship hopefully next March. That's the plan at least. And yeah, dude, maybe you could be my apprentice. That'd be pretty cool.
Dude, is it like really hot in here, or is it just me? I'm like,
John, I should be your apprentice.
I'm like sweating, dude. I don't know if it's that gas stove, or I'm just sitting right here. Dude, I'm on fire right now. I'm about to start sweating. Yeah, it'd be cool to work together. Dude, I'm trying to find a live stream. This is so annoying. What time do you guys start to work and your end time? I've been working 6:30 in the morning to, usually our company goes, actually depends, usually like 7 to 5. Is that right? Yeah, 7 to 5. I've just been doing whatever. I've been going from like 7 to like 3 or 7 to 4, 7 to 5. Whatever I feel like. I've just been working. Just been working less.
Some good comments.
We should have like a giant like.
What?
We should have like a giant like YouTube electrical.
Oh yeah.
Where we all work together and like that'd be so tight.
Mad John and friends.
John was pretty.
I work from 6 to 2:30. One of the cool things about the union is basically, I mean, you're paid very, very fairly, and so there's a lot of rules, right? But the rules are there to protect you as an employee and make sure that you are, you're paid 8 hours when you work 8 hours, or if you work overtime, you're paid that overtime. And so one thing that's pretty cool is, like today, me and my foreman, we decided that we wanted to work an hour early today. Basically, he was dropping his buddy off or his brother-in-law off at the airport, and he was in the area, so instead of starting at 6, we started at 5. But since 5 o'clock is not our normal start time, it's an hour before, that is actually paid as overtime. So instead of being paid for 1 hour, I got paid for an hour and a half, time and a half for overtime. So basically we got to leave a little bit early today because we did that. So kind of cool. Slurping that ramen. Asa, is that?
They want to meet up. I wonder how many people actually live.
Is that you, Asa? I have a buddy named Asa.
Have you considered
Haven't
moving
seen
into
in a long time.
maintenance? I've thought about moving into maintenance jobs, but I think you get paid a lot less and it'd be pretty boring, maybe a lot easier, but haven't seriously looked into it, but I've thought about it just because I know people I used to work with switched into maintenance. I've actually heard of one guy doing that.
Yeah, I do some sort of maintenance work as a sustaining electrician, not much though. But you do have like little, maintenance type things here or there where there's something that's not working and we need to, go with our meters and tools and diagnose the problem and fix it, so.
Arctic Vet wants to know dream car.
For me, I want to get a Tesla.
That's it? Dream big, bro.
No, dude, I've like never been into.
It better be a
fancy
roadster or
cars.
something.
Maybe, I don't know, man. I need to get a Model X for the family. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I hear you.
Maybe a Cybertruck. That'd be cool. I've never been too into like fancy cars, but Tesla would be cool.
Some kind of Lambo for me, probably. or like cone seg. I don't know, just something fast and cool. Faster. Dude, I cannot find the game.
Do electricians socialize with others a lot? I'm an introvert and don't like talking. I'm actually very introverted, which may seem surprising to some of you guys. I mean, I can definitely be extroverted, but like, for me, just kind of like having my own time and like not socializing all the time, like I love it. Anyways, as an electrician, I mean, it just depends, right? Like if you're on a small job site, you're gonna have a small crew, and maybe you are gonna be socializing a lot, maybe you're not. I don't think there's anything special about electrical work that means you're gonna be socializing more or less. But you gotta be able to at least, you know, have conversations with people and talk about work-related things, right?
Yeah, I know for me when I started out, I really didn't talk much at all, but you know, people kind of always like, I don't know, I wouldn't say like mess with me, but like joked with me and try to get me to talk, and I kind of, you open up after a while, you know, it takes time, but yeah, it just takes time, and you'll grow to like not hate it as much, if that's something you're worried about, but I do enjoy working by myself and like just enjoying peace and quiet.
Nice.
Is it too old to be an electrician at 41? No, I've known people that started their apprenticeship in their 60s, I think, or like 55, so it's really just up to you.
Cheers, Alex.
How easy it for you to switch companies? So I think, I'm not sure how it works yet because I haven't done it, but I think I don't know if you quit your job and then, yeah, you look for the open listing on the website. It's called like a call, so you take another job as a call, but you can't find your own. That's the rule that we have here. You have to take one that's already been listed online. For non-union, you can just quit and just go find your own another company to work for. But for the union, you have to kind of follow this procedure.
Asa, are you the same Asa Cummings that I grew up knowing? Or are you somebody else? Yes, no way, dude. That's awesome. Cool. How you been, man? It's crazy.
What's our opinion on trade school maintenance electricity? If you like it, go for it. I don't really have an opinion on it. I'm not sure exactly what you're trying to ask. If we think it's a good idea, or let me know.
Asa, you might have. Let me see if I have your number, dude.
What
Let's
is
meet up or something.
Tips for a high school student wanting to pursue being an electrician? Yeah, we should write that down for the frequently asked questions video. Definitely need a better answer probably. We kind of went over this earlier. Just kind of gain knowledge and work on, if you're going union, work on your, it's called a cover letter, and then maybe a pre-apprenticeship might look good on your resume, cover letter. I feel like I'm butchering this. Are you going to start your own business anytime soon. I am not. I don't know about this kid. Did you want to? I think you said you wanted to.
I feel like I probably won't end up starting my own, but I've thought about it for sure. My brother, he is an electrician too, so maybe someday we'll both start Madrosin Electric. Maybe I shouldn't have said that. Now someone's gonna steal that.
Well,
But that'd be pretty cool. Madrosin Electric.
is trade school a good idea in terms? It just depends, I think, on if the apprenticeship favors it, I guess. I don't know. You'd have to ask them. I don't know how that works, and it would be different for each state and program. So if you know that trade school is good and would help you get into an apprenticeship, then I would say go for it. But an apprenticeship teaches you everything you need to know, and I would say it's just a waste of extra time that you don't need to necessarily do it. So that's my thoughts.
Yeah, I think some people like can mean different things when they say trade school.
Yeah.
Some people seem like they mean
Yeah, like some people say trade school like an electrical school, and then other people mean trade school like a pre-apprenticeship type of school.
yeah.
So
It's not a bad idea, but it's not. A lot of times, it's not absolutely necessary to getting in. But maybe you want to do everything you can, to make yourself the best candidate. So definitely something that you can do.
coming from non-union to union, pros and cons for both, please.
That's all you, man.
I mean, I think both have been pretty good to me. I don't really have too many complaints. I just don't like the union process, which I haven't even gone through yet. The union process to get a job or get a new job, going through the call list. I definitely like the non-union, how you can just go out and find any company to work for that you want. And I'm not sure if this is all union shops, but non-union shops would buy you tools and buy you tool belts and all that stuff, and the union kind of sounds like they expect you just to have all the tools already and buy any tool that breaks that's on you. So maybe you could.
Yeah.
I don't know
So
if it's just different shops or just the whole system in general.
So, yeah, I guess there's kind of a couple answers to that. So, as a apprentice starting out, if you start out with the union, and this isn't the same for every local is going to be slightly different, but I'm just going to speak in terms of how they do things here. So here at Local 48, yeah, don't forget to smash that like button. Here at Local 48, when you start out as an apprentice, they give you all of the hand tools that you're gonna need, and yeah, they give you all the hand tools that you're gonna need, and they give you
The apprenticeship does?
yeah, dude, and they also give you all of the books. So you end up getting it's like over $600 worth of books and tools when you first start out. I thought about making a video just showing.
And someone asked before, is there a different, maybe I already asked you, but is there like a different apprentice tools list versus journeyman?
No, there isn't. So, but
Because like that base, I don't know how many hand tools are you getting, like the whole like tool list?
you're getting, I mean, yeah. Anything
that's probably at
required
least,
that
like-
you need to have, they're gonna give that to
It's
you.
probably at least like $500 to $700.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Not
It comes out to
including
be
books.
600. Yeah, and they give you like the code book and everything, but so then what happens is you have like a required tool list, and then you have a list of tools that you are not allowed to bring on a job site. And when you hear that at first, you're like,
Oh yeah.
a list of tools that you can't bring? Like what's the union doing? Why are they trying to control what I can and can't bring on the job site? And it's really, the intent of it is to protect you as the worker, because they don't want you to have to be required to pay for those tools, even if you're gonna need them. So that responsibility is gonna fall on the company that you work for. So the company that I work for, there's been lots of tools that I've needed that, are basically on the do not bring list. And so, I mean, I've had so many tools just bought for me that I get to keep too from my boss over the years, my different bosses that I've had, and it's awesome. You know, I didn't have to pay anything out of pocket for those, and power tools and all that, like that's always going to be expected of the company that you work for in the union. At least here in Local 48, that's how it works. So they're going to be providing those. But you get good quality tools too. Like everything that we got was either Milwaukee or Klein. And Klein is kind of the standard for electrical hand tools.
Next question, what age did you guys start? I believe it was 20 for me.
I was 22 going on 23 when I first started.
Can I play PUBG Mobile? I could, never downloaded it, never played it. What is the best thing that you accomplished as an electrician? I mean, I guess for me it would probably just be graduating the apprenticeship or not graduating the apprenticeship, but also at the same time getting my electrical license. That's a big, huge thing. Unless you're talking about work related. But for me, just getting my license was the biggest accomplishment. So like I really did something. Yeah. What about you?
I don't know. Yeah, that's a tough question. I mean, there's lots of kind of like daily accomplishments, you know, that you're gonna have as an electrician. That's kind of one of the things that I really like about the job is like you have a goal, you have a task, and you don't know how you're gonna make this happen, how you're gonna get from A to B with a pipe run, or how you're gonna figure out the issue, but there's all these little accomplishments, and it's just very like rewarding and very satisfying to accomplish, you know, those things that you're trying to do. But I would even just say just getting into the program because of how competitive it is. Especially coming from a background where I didn't have any construction experience. Just getting in and yeah, becoming an electrician, I think in and of itself is a pretty big accomplishment.
Yeah, I cannot find this live stream to save my life.
So what are you looking for?
The Blazer game live stream.
Oh, nice. Let's see. John, let's see, go from non-union to union. Yeah, did you have to take a test, John, when you went from non-union
No,
to
I didn't
union?
have to take a test at all. I basically just made a phone call, which was actually like to the union president or something. And I was like, hey, I'm looking in towards joining the union. And then he basically just like, okay, I'll have someone email you the information. And I just filled out like the paperwork and like emailed it back to them. And it really took about a week, and I didn't have to take any tests. I didn't have to go in and meet anyone or anything like that. They just found me a company to work for, and I've been doing it ever since. So it was really, really easy, and I should have done it a lot sooner. What programs did you go for non-union? I'm not technically classified as an apprentice or doing school. I'm just going to work, and that's it.
My phone died.
Rip. I have a charger,
Let's see it.
except everything's plugged in.
It's all good.
I mean, I think my phone's probably charged. You can use this. You can use this
Oh,
one.
sweet.
It'll tell me if it gets low, but it should be at least 50%. So
Okay.
this is an iPad one. It'll charge real fast.
Nice.
What was the question again? What program did I go for non-union? Just a local one. The website is area1jtc.com. Yeah, you're good. What is the progression of an electrician career-wise? I mean, You can start out as like a laborer, and then apprentice, and then journeyman, and then from there, there's a few different options if you wanted to go further, like administrator or master electrician. Unless I missed something.
In the union too, as you work your way up, like the journeyman rate that you see on your local's website, that's not the most that you can possibly make. Like if here at 48, if you become a foreman, that's a 10% raise from what a journeyman makes. And if you become a general foreman or a project manager, that's another 10%. So
Yeah, I forgot about that. That's just with the union though, right?
with the union, yeah.
I'm not sure about non-union, but
Yeah,
yeah.
You can't really paint with too broad of a brush when it comes to like union and non-union, just because unions are different. There's a lot of similarities between them, but each union kind of has their own way of doing things, voted of course by the members. That's what a union is, right? It's like a collective group of people that come together and vote and decide how things should be done, and it gives the people a bigger voice. So depending on what people wanted at different unions, things might be different, and depending on the non-union company that you work for, things can be different. So it's not always like black or white.
I'm gonna go to my room real quick and try to find the old website that I used last time. And then try to bring it out here. How much? How much would you say pay differs between a big city versus rural area? I mean, I know the big cities are probably, I don't know, you said Seattle, you know Seattle pay? I know San Francisco is like $68 an hour or something like that.
Yeah, I think Seattle was like,
We're at 50, and other places like Midwest are like 25. Arizona, I think, is like 25 or $30 an hour for a journeyman, which is terrible.
last time I checked, Seattle was right around $60. So for a journeyman, and I think it's actually, it might be slightly above that now. But yeah, they make a lot of money, and that's not very far away from here. Which is kind of wild. I mentioned this before in one of my videos, but my brother-in-law, he was a general foreman in a local 46, Seattle, and he was getting overtime, and he was also. Okay, sorry, make sure that's still.
Oh yeah, and there's still a few comments coming up. I'll be right back.
Sweet. Yeah, so he was working overtime. John just almost slipped his ear off. He was working overtime, and he was also working night shifts. And working night shift in the union, you also get like an automatic pay bump. And so basically within 1 year's time, he made over $200,000 as a general foreman electrician. So pretty insane. Let's see what we got. I would switch if I were you. Yeah, you should switch. Starting here is level 1, typically 18. 18 is good. 18 is great as a starting pay. Like I said, when I first started out, it was only like 16. And I say only as if that's not very much, but I was pretty stoked on 16 bucks an hour. It was a pay cut from what I had before, but like, I mean, not by much. So let's see. Do you ever get bored in your job? I mean, there's things that are repetitive, right? Just like with any job, but well, so when I first started out, I was working in the prefab shop for the company that I work for, and a lot of the things that we did, like I said, it could get very repetitive. And so, yeah, there was days where I was just looking at the clock, like, come on, you know, this is taking forever. But most days, being a sustaining electrician at a hospital, I mean, we have tasks that we need to get done, and every task is going to be different. John, anyways, I really don't get bored very often. Like, there's always interesting things that you got to figure out, problems to diagnose, new situations. So, and it helps when you work with a fun crew. And me and my foreman get along really well. I don't know if David's watching or Kirk, but we all get along really well.
I just had
18 Canadian, okay. See if there's any comments that we missed. What's the best part of your job? I have a whole video on my channel talking about 20 things that I love about being an electrician. There's so many things that I like about it. One of the things I did talk about, kind of like we already mentioned, is it really doesn't get that boring. You know, there's always new, fun, exciting things to do. The pay is nice. The benefits are really nice. Coming from a retail job, where I was always stuck, you know, working late, having conference calls, meetings, and working holidays. Like, it's really nice now to just have a consistent work schedule where there's no shift that I'm covering. So if I need to take a day off, I can just take a day off and not have to worry about anybody filling my slot. Unless there's like a really important thing that we need to get done at work. But yeah, it's nice having holidays off. I had Memorial Day off, so did John. Super nice just having that 3-day Memorial Day weekend, spending it with our family.
I had 4.
You had 4? Nice, dude.
It went by so fast.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm in blast
for me
with
too.
spam over here. I don't have a spam blocker, so I'm just getting lit up. Dude, this is terrible. Come on now.
I hate moving 16-foot ladders, yeah. Inside people's homes. Man, I don't know anything about that. I just hate moving 16-foot ladders in general.
Dude, I have a really funny story.
Hit us.
One time, I was in this small room, like a bedroom size room, and I couldn't find a 12-foot ladder. That's the end of the story. I was like, I can't find this thing, man.
That was very anticlimactic,
Dude,
but
I don't know.
it's
It's like a funny story.
still a good story.
Sometimes you just can't find things, man.
Oh man.
I think I have the stream, but it's on a commercial possibly, so.
Wonder if I became a USA citizen in the future, if it's possible to bring the license over.
Yeah, I did talk to the guy, I talked to Matt, and he said,
You take your seat back.
oh, I think it's working. I think he said that licenses don't transfer over, like your hours might be able to, but I think you would have to retest for the journeyman license. I believe, if I remember correctly, that's what he told me. I feel like this is kind of it, but there's a lot of spam.
Dude, my phone is still not turned on. It's having so many issues. Express card. No.
What is this? Okay, let's see where we're at here. Oh, so many. Did you read all these, or are we behind still? Okay, no, it's our. Okay. Oh, you're welcome. He said, I start with IBW 804 in 2 weeks. You guys helped me get the position, so I can't thank you enough. Well, I'm glad to hear that we're being helpful and useful. He's 18 in a year. What can I do till then to prepare myself so I don't feel like I'm wasting my time? I think you kind of mentioned that before. Is this the game live, dude? 286. I
guess that's live, dude. We're good. If I can maximize this, that would be great. Okay, let's not do that. Can we not live stream this? Okay, I guess not. What can you do to not feel like you're wasting time? Wow, this is pathetic. I would say you can try to learn stuff from videos, read books, or read the code book. Yeah, just look into, if you're going to the union, look into how to do that, apply for an apprenticeship if you haven't already. Anything else you want to add to that?
Yeah, just don't start looking into like how to get into the apprenticeship when you think that you're finally ready to get into it. I'm sure you have. I'm sure you've already looked up the requirements and all that. I didn't read the comment. You're 18, is that what the comment said, John? Or until you're 18?
18 in a year.
18 in a year, okay. So if you're still in high school, then think about what classes you can take right now in order to make yourself a better applicant. Maybe your high school offers auto shop, or maybe there's some sort of like ACE Academy where you can, take some sort of trade related classes. So use this time right now, to do as many projects as you can, work on your car, work around the house, build a fence, fix your washer or dryer, like whatever you can think of. Start doing things like that, start documenting that, because you can put pictures of all those things that you're working on, all the projects that you've done, into your portfolio. And basically, the more that you can prove to the training committee, once you finally go and have your interview, the more that you can prove that you really are the best applicant for the apprenticeship, the better. And that's kind of something that I talk about in my portfolio video that I have on my channel. It's like anybody can show up to an interview and say, I'm the best, right? Everybody's trying to sell themselves. They'll say, I'm the best applicant for this apprenticeship and you should choose me. But your portfolio is your proof. You're showing why they should choose you. So my advice would be start working on things to include in your portfolio now that will prove that you really are a great applicant.
Got her working.
Nice.
What's up, Devin? Good to see you again. What's up, Cause? Appreciate you guys all
should
tuning
have put like a notification on my channel that we were streaming.
in. Yeah,
I
dude.
didn't even think about it.
Yeah, you can do like a little,
I feel like it's kind of late now.
yeah,
Good.
you can do a little post on the story or whatnot, or on your Instagram. I didn't even do an Instagram post, but we've been doing great. I'm pretty sure we probably hit like 100 viewers at least. Different people probably within the hour and 28 minutes. It's almost been an hour and a half. It goes by so fast,
That's
dude.
insane,
You're
dude.
just cooking and eating, and it's like hour and a half, dude.
Yeah, I've never done a live stream, ever.
Dude,
So
this guy. How hard is it to move to different states in the union? I would not know. I don't think it would be that hard. You just put in a transfer, I think, and then I think you just get added to their books. It might take maybe a week or two. I'm not sure on the time length of that, but I think it should be pretty simple.
yeah. Also, as an apprentice, you can transfer to another union as an apprentice. What I would always recommend doing though is contact your local union, your training center that you are a part of, and also contact the one that you want to go to, and just verify with both parties that you can make that transfer. But there's been lots of people that have transferred from California over to Local 48 in Oregon. There's one guy in my class where he was further along in his apprenticeship, and so when he transferred from California to Portland, Oregon, he got to keep like his hours, as far as he basically got to keep his pay scale where he was at for his hours, but he did still have to retake some classes. I don't know all the logistics with that, but so he kind of like started off as a lower term apprentice, even though he had some hours and was being paid at a higher pay scale. So hopefully that made sense. It's kind of everywhere answering that, but it's doable. You can transfer it.
How much was my training school? I think it was about $1,000 a year, so $250 a quarter. And it took me about 5 years. It's a 4-year program, but I was behind on my hours, so I'd say probably about, and there was some labs, so I'd say probably between $5,000 and $6,000. Probably not even that. It's probably like $5,000 to $5,500 4 or 5 years. That's why you should go with a union. But it's still cheap.
It is still cheap. Yeah, that's not bad. I mean, that's still really good.
Yeah.
For like a career, the schooling, for sure.
Yeah. What did you guys have for dinner? We had grilled cheese and ramen.
Ramen, yep.
I read on Reddit it can be difficult. Have a great night, Arctic. Good to see you, dude. Sup, K-Rock. Getting into that 4th quarter grind. It's pretty close right now. And they're in Denver too, so that's good. I think we're ahead, so that's really good. Watching the Blazer game. What local are you guys? We are local 48 in Oregon. True grown up meal. Dude, I want some sweet, dude. I want some sugar. I have no ice cream, dude. Well, I have this old ice cream, so it might be good.
Dude, let's go get some blizzards or something.
Let's do a blizzard run.
Yeah, let's do
just
it.
take the live stream with us, dude. Just bring the live stream with us, dude. Yeah, this is getting
Why not?
pretty old.
Dude, you got a little bit of freezer burn going on there.
Dude, look at all these crystals. That's like a whole
Nice.
cave in there. This isn't too bad.
Hit it, man.
But it's
What's
old
your
school.
question?
What's up, Snitch? Go
Do you
for
know?
it.
Do you know Snitch's real name?
I don't know if I follow him on Instagram. I can't remember. There's a lot of different names, so maybe not.
Every time I watch one of your live streams, I see Snitch. It's always cool.
How
to
many
see
toxic companies have you guys gone through? I would say for me, just one really bad company. But other than that, every other company that I've worked for has been really good. Not really any problems at all. So just one really bad one that I stayed with for my whole apprenticeship.
Nice. Or not nice.
True.
Yeah, I have only worked with one company so far, and I don't ever see myself wanting to work for any other company. The company that I work for is really big, and some guys like working for smaller companies, some guys like working for bigger companies, but I just I know so many people now in the company. Once you've been working somewhere long enough, you kind of build up a reputation and a name for yourself, and I feel really comfortable there, and they've been really good to me. So just one company so far, and I hope to stay there with them for the rest of my career.
His name is Adam.
Adam. Nice. Nice to meet you, Adam.
I don't think I have even one of these Oreos, to be honest. And they're almost gone. And they're stale.
Jeez.
A little bit.
It's okay. It's all good.
Oh, a tiny bit. So you can have some if you want.
Yeah, that's good.
Or do more. I have milk.
Plan on starting.
Ooh, about 2. Is anyone watching the Blazer game versus the Nuggets? I don't plan on starting my own company, and I think that you said that you didn't have any plans.
Yeah, I've thought about it, but
No plans at the moment.
no real plans.
Favorite snacks? Talking a meal snack or just a garbage food? I mean, Oreos are good.
chips and salsa.
Is being an apprentice for a small company worse? I would say it depends on the company. Like it can be a really good thing, so you get like personalized training
Yeah.
or a lot of help. But also like if the company is toxic or something, then you might be getting singled out a lot more, or you might have more eyes watching you.
Yeah.
Or you might be one of the only apprentices, so you might be doing all the grunt work or stuff like that.
Yeah, some of the questions, like it's hard to give a, like, you know, black and white. It's always like this answer, because like you're gonna have good small companies and you're gonna have not good small companies. My brother, I don't know if he's still watching this, but he started out working for a like small to medium sized company, and he really enjoyed working for them. It was a really good experience, and because it was a small company, he got a lot of like mixed experience, which is really nice as an apprentice. Like you don't want to be you don't want to be pigeonholed into like doing one thing, you know, for years and years. You want to get a good variety of experience and be well rounded by the time you get out, and you can get that a lot of times with smaller companies.
Another one. To get into the apprenticeship, is there one main company you need to apply to, or can you just ask any electrical company? So the apprenticeship isn't really through a company, it's more through an organization. Like you can go union or non-union. So you basically find like a trade school, and then you apply to the apprenticeship through there. And then usually, at least from my experience, the organization can find you a company to work for, unless you want to find one yourself if you're non-union. But even the union will find you companies to work for. Is there diversity in the electrical field? I don't see a single Asian electrician, but I'm Asian myself, so I take that personally. Yeah, I've worked with Asian electricians. I don't know if I've worked with African Americans. Yeah, I've worked with a lot of different types of people, so just depends maybe where you're at.
Yeah, there's, you know, all sorts of different ethnic groups that I've worked with, and plenty of males, plenty of females.
Yeah, there's an African American guy in my or at my company right now, so just depends where you go.
Yeah, there's with the union, there's like pretty big push to bring more like diverse groups in. I know there's like a big push at Local 48 for women in the trades, and it's pretty cool. Yeah, there's like, you know, you might not expect it if you're not a tradesman right now, but for me, like working out in the field, I mean, I've worked alongside so many different like female electricians or plumbers or contractors, and it's not, I know that wasn't necessarily the question, but like it's very normal, which is cool to see. So yeah.
That's dope. Did I have to scroll back up?
Yeah, totally.
No, we don't use calculus, at least like in mathematical form. Did you say that we use calculus?
Trigonometry, but not, I don't think I've ever really used calculus.
Gosh dang. You're talking about like pipe bending or something, or?
Yeah. Yeah, I've used it. But then also like, as an apprentice, you're,
Maybe I'm just not aware of it.
well, yeah, maybe like different, maybe for some of the theory and stuff, maybe we've learned like different things, but I think it's fourth term is the big math term at Local 48, and it's AC theory, and so you learn about a lot about like the power triangle, and there's all these different, a lot of trigonometry that goes into it. So
Yeah, I would say maybe in school you would be using like algebra and stuff, but like out in the field, you're not like doing like math problems. You're just doing basically addition and subtraction and maybe like fractions and stuff like that. So super basic stuff. Getting piled on again here in the comments. Do you ever learn residential skills in the union? That's for you.
What was the question?
Do you learn residential skills in the union? Like at that workshop or whatever that you showed me?
Yeah, you do like in boot camp, not very much, but residential, if you can do commercial, you can do residential, like you're working with different materials in residential. And I'm also saying that as a guy that has not really ever done much residential aside from like the boot camp when I first started out, but yeah, circuits are all the same, different voltages and stuff, but it's all very similar.
Does it take a while to hear back from the union apprenticeship? Is it okay? He said, I heard after you apply for the union, it takes a while to hear if you got into the apprenticeship or not. Is that true? Like, does it take a long time to hear back if you got accepted into the union?
In my case, it was pretty quick. Yeah, it was within 1 to 2 weeks of my interview that I had my rank, and I think it was, if I remember, it was like within a week.
And maybe the other guy that's in here, the number 2, would be able to tell us how it went for him.
Yeah, if he's still in here.
Do you use Kirchhoff's rule and stuff?
Kirchhoff's rule. Current in a circuit equals current out of a circuit. Yeah, I mean, it's like basic theory that you'll learn during your apprenticeship. But a lot of that stuff, it's like you learn, how to manipulate all those equations during your apprenticeship. But a lot of times on the job, there's not a lot of times where you really need to use things like Ohm's law and all these different rules. But it is good to know there are going to be some troubleshooting scenarios where it can come in handy. So,
have you guys ever seen a fight on a job? I haven't personally seen a fight. I mean, some guy like pushed me one time, so I pushed him back. And then like the foreman was like, "Oh, that's enough," or something like that. But I heard there was like a fight at one of the job sites, at my company, but I wasn't personally there at that day. Like someone called the cops and something, I don't know, but have you ever seen a fight?
No, I've never actually seen one.
Can we do a video on assembling fans? I think I kind of just did one the other day, taking apart a fan and putting it back up together. So maybe look back like a week or 2 or 3 weeks, but I do have another one like from like 3 years ago. That was like 2.5 years ago that I put a fan together in my friend's house in Delaware. So if you message me, I can find it for you. Oh, that guy says he got his the following Monday. I tested 2 Thursdays ago, so 2 weeks for him. This live stream is gold. Thanks. Sparky Mark, is that who I think you are? Is that my old coworker, Mark? Is that my friend Mark right there?
Oh, dude, I just liked the video.
Wow,
Slacking,
dude.
man.
Really, dude? Wow, I should just see it pop up. 32?
Yeah.
Dude,
That's right.
this guy.
Gotcha, man. Gotcha. Do one of y'all have a video on the different types of electricians and what you guys do?
I don't think I do.
I don't. I've had lots of requests to do that.
Collab.
Collab, dude, yeah. Let's do it. Yeah, I want to do a video like that. What I really want to do is like maybe take a day off work or a couple of days and like pretty much just shadow a low voltage guy, shadow a residential guy, and like just film them, get some good B-roll. That way, as I'm talking about it, I can show you guys too, so things will make a little more sense. Maybe me and John will do that together. That'd be pretty sweet.
Yeah.
eventually.
How's a theater electrician different from an electrician? Never heard of a theater electrician, but
Never heard of that either.
I've wired a theater, and I don't know if maybe that's a specialty thing that I've never heard of, but
What do you do?
I worked for a company that did one.
Aiden, I missed the second part of that question. You said, and what do you guys do?
Commercial.
Commercial, yeah. Healthcare is specifically what type of commercial work I do. So, yeah, for me, like a lot of people when they think about electricians, they think of like a service guy that goes around in a van. You know, they get a call, the electrician shows up, figures out the problem, fixes it, it moves on to the next. Being a sustaining electrician is pretty cool because you basically are doing all of that, but you have a home. So like all of our tools are in one place, all of our material is in one place, but we're constantly like going from here, like, oh, this needs to be done, okay, we'll go take care of that next. That's done, check, go to the next thing. So, kind of cool. It's fun, I like it.
So for me, I've done, over the years, non-union, I've done a lot of kind of residential, but in a commercial setting, so like multifamily dwellings, like 3-story apartments, or just like a whole job site of like 325 apartments, just huge residential complexes. So I've done a lot of that, but I've also done like, right now I'm working in hospitals, but done like movie theaters, dentist offices, just like you name it, movie theaters, just a lot of cool different things, cafeterias. So really just the company that you work for and what type of work that they do is kind of what you're going to be doing. So if you want a different experience, you can always switch companies or find a different company that does different type of work.
Totally. Yeah, in the union, you can totally do that. Like even as an apprentice, you can ask for a rotation. So I kind of mentioned this earlier, but it's like if you get pigeonholed into doing one thing, like maybe you've just been making up light whips for 6 months and you're not learning anything, and you know that you want to get a well-rounded education while you're an apprentice, then you can go to the training center or to the union and talk to them and say, hey, like I've been doing this nonstop, I need to get some other experience, and they'll make that happen for you. So, and it's pretty sweet. Like one of the cool things about the union is they will take care of all that for you. You know, you don't have to hardly fill anything out. You go to the next job, and as a union member, your benefits are tied to the union, not to the job that you work for. So it's like you go from one company to the next, you don't have to re-sign up for healthcare, you don't have to re-sign up for like a new pension or anything like that. Like that's all tied to you. So it's really easy and seamless if you do have to transition from one company to the other.
Yeah, I'm really excited about that. I hate paperwork. There was one I just saw here. Is that the one you just answered? Do you get to pick what company that you work for when you get accepted into the union? And we kind of talked about that.
That's kind of just going off of what you said, but
what we made our first video about. Like, I think you do get assigned to a company,
yep.
But you can request a change.
Yep.
What is the timeline between the test you have to take for electrician and the interview, and is the test like the ACT? Good night, dude. Good to see you. Thanks for hanging out. Appreciate you as always.
The timeline. Yeah, so typically, and again, like all of my answers are based off of what I know here with Local 48. So the way that it works here is it's like a 3-month timeline. So you apply, and once they accept your application, a month later you're gonna have your aptitude test, and then a month after that, if you pass, you're gonna have your interview, and then you'll hear usually within 1 to 2 weeks after that whether you made it in, and then depending on where you are at on the list, will determine how soon they'll call your name off the list to start. So expect about 3 months, and then depending on how well you do, that will determine how long it takes you to actually start working.
Cookie, what's up, dude? Actually, it's Crookie. I always get that wrong, but it's basically supposed to be Cookie. So, what's up, Cookie? How hard is it for you guys to bend 350 kcml wire?
I've been working with 350 kcml wire. Yeah,
I think it's.
I've been working with it a lot lately.
I mean, we usually work with like bigger stuff like 500s and stuff. So, I would say, I mean, you can go ahead and answer this one. I mean, it looks like you are able to bend it pretty well.
Well, yeah, it kind of depends. So, yeah, like I said, I work at the hospital, but I also worked with another crew for a while when I was at the shop, and so sometimes when they need extra help on this project that they're working on, they'll reach out to me and my foreman, and they are basically wiring up like all these ATSs, automatic transfer switches and panels, and all these different things for a company. I'm not sure if I can say which company it's for, but anyways, so yeah, I've been working with a lot of 350 wire on those, and this is probably not going to show very good.
Should be fine.
You guys can go to my Instagram.
Who's that guy?
I don't know, some weirdo.
Guy laying on the job, dude. Guy taking a nap.
Just depends how much room you have, but you'll get used to it. Just gotta really work it.
No, it's not bad if you would rather do residential than commercial. What's the test about? The aptitude test, I assume. I don't know. What's the aptitude test about?
Well, so there's 2 parts to it. You have your math portion and you have your reading portion. In my aptitude test video, I give like all the specifics, like how many questions you have, exactly how long it is. I can't remember specifically, but check out that video if you want to have like all the details on it. But yeah, math and reading. So in that video, I talk about Khan Academy, which is a really good app that you can use to pretty much prepare yourself for the test. In that app, there are 3 sections that I recommend using to study specifically for the math portion. There is the pre-algebra, algebra basics, and algebra 1, if I remember correctly. If you do those 3 sections and you understand how to solve all the equations, then you're going to be really well prepared for the aptitude test. And then once you get to the reading portion, that's really just time management and kind of having a plan going into it. Now, I have heard that some locals do like a mechanical portion on the test where you're answering questions about like pulleys and stuff like that. And from what I have gathered from my comments on my aptitude test video is, I mean, it seems like 90 to 95% of locals do not have that portion on their test. It seems like it's always just math and reading. But if you're concerned about potentially having something like that, I would just reach out to your training center with your local union, and they should be able to let you know what types of things to study. But most likely it's just going to be math and reading on that.
Guys killing it on the likes, thanks. Another one I saw. So if you can't get into electrical work anywhere, would trade school be the best way to get into the field? We kind of talked about that earlier, like not necessarily.
Yeah.
It's not guaranteed. why do you like commercial more? For me, just the variety, bigger job sites, longer job sites. You're pretty much doing something different every day, unless you're doing like a specific job site or a specific type of work for months, which I kind of just did for like 2 or 3 months, where I was doing HVAC, low voltage. But for the most part, you're going to be doing something if you're on a big job site like a apartment complex. You'll kind of be doing something different every day, unless you're just pulling like wire for units for like weeks straight. But even then, you'll be pulling wire, and then you'll be like one day you'll be like roughing in boxes, and then you'll be like pulling wire, and then you'll go through doing making up and doing panels, and then come back and doing trim, and then just installing plugs and switches. So it's like every few weeks you're doing something different. Well, whereas if you're doing like residential, then you would be pretty much just be pulling a lot of wire like day in and day out, wiring houses and stuff like that. And you would still have some variety where you would be doing the same things like doing the switches and plugs and panels and stuff like that, but it's on a much smaller scale, and you'll be having to travel to job sites unless you're doing like a whole neighborhood full of houses and stuff like that. So that's my answer.
I like commercial. Commercial is so multifaceted. There's so many different like aspects to doing it. Bending pipe, you don't typically bend pipe when you do residential. I mean, maybe in some rare scenarios, but
Yeah, maybe in like certain states where you might have to do pipe, where pipe is like a requirement for like like Chicago or something like that.
Yeah. Low voltage, that's typically going to be a commercial thing. So you wouldn't typically do much of that doing residential, like fire alarm, transformers, controls. Like there's all these things that I personally think are a lot of fun to do that doing residential you wouldn't, or maybe you would rarely see. So, but then again, I've never really done residential. I've learned how to do it, but I haven't really like done it on a job. So, yeah. Commercial versus residential. Sorry, I might have skipped a question, but
Daniel West.
commercial versus residential does pay different, and it doesn't. So what I mean by that is if you get your residential license, then you're gonna make what a residential journeyman makes. If you're a commercial electrician and you get your inside wireman license, which is like your full-on electrician license, you can do any type of work. And if you have that license and you do residential work, you're still going to be paid as a commercial electrician. So even though you're doing the same kind of work that the residential electrician is doing, because you have the license to do the inside work, you're going to be paid more. So hopefully that makes sense.
So Daniel says he's trying to get to local 46. Have you taken the math course required for being an electrician?
Nice.
Do you know how long it takes to complete it? For me, 9 years ago, I think all I had to do was take a math placement test at a local community college, just proving that I knew like algebra. You have to get like a certain passing score, but that's all I had to do. I don't know if it's different these days or for the union.
Yeah, I'm not sure specifically what math course that is, but yeah, I know sometimes like if you're applying and depending on like your high school GPA or whether you had a GED and you don't have a diploma, like sometimes you might have to take a specific test to get in, or maybe you're just talking about the aptitude test, but I'm not too sure.
All right, I think we finally caught up. Hey, thanks for stopping by, Aiden. Glad to help out. Dang, bro, tied up. 2 minutes.
Ooh, let's go.
Oh my gosh, this is intense. It's like a big game right here.
Yeah, I would recommend going for the inside license. So there's two main reasons why I hear people decide. There's two main reasons why I hear people consider not to do that. One is maybe safety. A lot of people, some people want to do low voltage work instead of the inside program because working with lower voltages is just inherently going to be safer. Or another reason why somebody would choose to do the inside program over low voltage or residential is because of the higher pay. But what I would say is if you want to become an electrician and you want to just be able to do pretty much anything after turning out and getting your journeyman's license, I would go for the full-on program. I just think that that's something that maybe even now, if you're specifically interested in just low voltage or specifically just residential, maybe in 4 or 5 years down the road, you're gonna wish that you had the commercial license. I know a lot of people that have either just done the residential or low voltage, and at this point, they're kind of kicking themselves and wishing like, man, I really just wish that right out of the gates I started out doing the inside program. Because now if they want to do that, now they have to go back and do some more schooling, and because of that maybe miss some days of work, and then you're kind of missing out on some money to make that happen. So I would highly recommend going for the full-on inside program, especially if you're just starting out. That's what I recommend. But do what you want. There's no shame in doing residential or low voltage. They're great careers. Nothing wrong with them.
Does, maybe you just sort of answered this, does the electrical wireman license focus on everything? I would say it does a general area, like you're not going to get specific in every area, but it's going to train you in most of all the areas that you're going to be working, like residential, commercial, industrial, but it's not going to go into certain specifics and stuff like that. But yeah, it's going to go over a lot of stuff.
Trying to find Ethan's other question.
Yeah, I'm not sure which one that is. Ethan, can you send your question again?
Send that one question. How would you please answer it?
Hey, good to see you, King Kong. Have a great night as well. Appreciate your loyal, long-time support. Dude, I can't wait to see like the max viewers we had. It must have been like, I swear it was like 40 viewers at one point, dude.
Let's go.
Dude, it's nuts.
Sweet. Yeah, Ethan, if you can resend that question. I just went back. I didn't see, maybe I'm just missing it every time. The only other comment that I saw from you was where you said maybe like 4 months from now. But I would be happy, me and John would be happy to answer your question if you could resend it.
Oh man, this is not good. Dude, thanks, Daniel.
Oh, dang, dude. Wow. Sweet, some coffee. Dude! Oh man, I should have brought my coffee cup, man. Gosh, I knew something felt weird. Oh man. Well, now we can buy some coffee. Thanks, Daniel, that's awesome.
He was talking about the Alliance Online Tech Math course. I'm not sure what that's referring to.
Oh, yeah. No, that's okay, I got you. The Alliance Online Tech Math course. Yeah, I've seen that. I have never taken that, but I've heard other people that have taken it.
We just catch up, dude. We're down by 1, dude. 13 seconds. Oh man. Whew. Dude, this is it.
Let's see. Oh, here he is.
Here we go.
Yeah, so my question is basically just wondering some things that I should know. I've been an apprentice, oh I see, for almost 4 months now. Most days I feel like I do good, and some days I just don't. Thanks. Sorry that I think my last one was too long. I didn't send it. I got you. Just wondering some things that I should know. I've been an apprentice for almost 4 months. Most days I feel good.
Like for me, I didn't even make up like a light switch till I was like 3 years in.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. Like there's so much to learn, and it can be very overwhelming. Like, I mean, I don't know exactly where you're at. I'd imagine being only 4 months in, you're feeling like I was for like my first year, which was very overwhelmed. I don't know that there's necessarily anything specific that I would like say that you should study or that you should learn, but maybe just have the mentality, the mindset that this is going to take a while, you know, to learn everything, and you're going to have good days and you're going to have bad days where you make mistakes, and like it's just the way it is, you know. It's part of the learning. I mean, I've had so many days where I just like have felt like a total idiot at work, and I'm just like, gosh, like, am I really cut out to do this? But what I've seen is, you know, over time making mistakes and showing up to work every day and trying again, like, you know, I've really started to get a grasp of things, and at this point I'm feeling very confident. Not in everything. I mean, there's always more things to learn, but in a lot of things. And just keep going, man. Don't give up. This isn't an easy trade. There's a reason why we make so much money and why it takes 4 to 5 years to learn everything. And you will never.
Everything.
Yeah, exactly. You will never know everything that there is.
There's always new stuff coming out, so.
Yeah. I don't really know what else to say, but I hope that's encouraging, man. Like, yeah.
Yeah, I would also say also depends on the company and like what type of work you're doing. If you're doing residential, then you'll be learning residential stuff for 4 months. Or if you're doing commercial, it's just gonna be different depending on what company that you work for and what task you're doing and how many people you have at your company, and if you're gonna be assigned as like a laborer or like gathering materials, or just there's so many different options. It's not just gonna be one thing. You just can't say, oh, you're gonna be doing this or whatnot. So there's a lot of different scenarios.
Yeah. Definitely.
Should you drop out of high school at 14? Honestly, I mean, getting a high school diploma actually helps you out to get into an apprenticeship. I mean, I don't know how GEDs look on like your application, but definitely having a diploma helped me out getting into my apprenticeship. Non-union at least. I'm not sure how it works in the union, but
Yeah, I don't even know, depending on which local you're applying for, assuming that it's the same as local 48, I don't even know that you would be able to get in if you dropped out. And what I mean by that is like without either finishing your diploma or at least getting your GED, you probably wouldn't meet the minimum requirements to get in. So I definitely wouldn't drop out. I think that is awesome that you're already considering becoming an electrician at 14. Like, I wish I was already looking into this career. But what I would say is, and I've already kind of said this a few times in this video, but like start doing things now and start documenting things, taking pictures of things that you know in 4 years when you can apply for the apprenticeship when you're 18, will make you look like a better candidate. So start learning how to do different types of construction work, electrical work. Start learning some theory. Start working on a car. Start building things, fixing things. Take pictures of that, and start compiling all that. Because if you can show, especially if you can say, hey, look, for the last 4 years, I knew that I wanted to get into this. Here's the proof that I've been interested in this for 4 years. Here's pictures of things that I worked on, and here is why now that I'm applying for this apprenticeship, after 4 years of wanting to get in, why I am the best candidate. Then I think that that'll be really good for you. So don't drop out. Like that's my advice. I would not drop out, but use this time wisely, because yeah, I think you could get in real fast if you're completely prepared by the time that you apply.
Connor, are you? I'm trying to. Maybe I got you confused with a different Connor. Connor, is that you that I just hung out with yesterday? That's my question. Got an interview tomorrow at a commercial contractor. Any tips? Just be honest. If you don't have any experience, just say so. Just be honest of your experience, just who you are as a person. Don't try to be anyone that you're not.
Tomorrow at a commercial contractor. What I would say is 2 questions that you should always be prepared for is why they should choose you. Like, be able to give a confident answer and why you are the best pick. And then also be able to explain why you want the job. So you say that you have an interview tomorrow at a commercial contractor. I'm assuming you mean a commercial electrical contractor. So yeah, be able to explain why you want to be an electrician confidently and why they should choose you. And yeah, be honest, be real, be excited. Yeah, that's what I would say.
If you guys have videos for tips or knowledge for someone coming out of level 1 to start working as a level 1 apprentice, I have some apprenticeship or a video playlist of overtime, dude. Overtime,
Oh, dude, let's go, man.
Dude, I missed it. I missed the last like 8 seconds there. They didn't even have any timeouts. I don't
Maybe
think.
we'll just crash here for the night.
Here we go. Dude, did he just nail that from half court? Bruh.
Sick.
Dude, that was massive. Sorry. Yeah, I have a playlist of videos going over apprentice stuff, and one of them is tips and stuff, like 20 tips or something like that. It's from like 2 years ago probably, so you won't recognize me, but Connor wants to know how to find apprenticeships outside of the union. Well, for me, the one that I went to, my boss recommended it to me, which was just down the road in Portland, but I'm not sure, depending on your area, just look up, try to find, like, I guess you would just probably, my suggestion would be just to Google, like, your area code with, like, non-union apprenticeship or something like that. I'm not sure if there's a certain way to find them more specifically. That would be my suggestion, though. Rip. What's up, James?
The Joe Rogan of the electrical trade. Yeah, dude.
Tonight, dude, we should do like an X Factor. Like,
Yes.
dude.
Man. Well, if we're gonna be doing this more, we should set up like a legit studio space.
That'd be cool. At what year in your apprenticeship did your company push you to run work? In my apprenticeship, I didn't really run anything. I know there's a lot of apprentices at my last non-union company that were kind of running jobs, which was crazy, and that's cool, but also probably a lot of stress. But I've only ran probably a few jobs, and that was not until I was done with my apprenticeship, and it's not something I really like to do or want to do. So it really just depends on the company that you work for, how many people you got, and how lenient they are.
I was 5th term, or actually no, I was 4th term going into 5th term when I ran like my own project. So I've been at the hospital for a while, and just gotten a lot of experience, right? And I've worked with a lot of really good people there that have really taken time and taught me things. So when I was 4th term going into 5th, so basically I want to say I was an early 3rd year electrician as far as how long I was in goes. But there was like a whole suite at a hospital. There was maybe, it was a pretty decent sized space, but basically it was like a whole TI, tenant improvement job. And I got to do all that. So like they gave me prints, they gave me, like I ran all the fire alarm, I ran like all new circuits, swapped out, did like the lights and all the power and all that. It was stressful, like you said. It was very stressful. And the reason why they had me do that was because we were not super understaffed, but like we could have used more help. But my foreman was working the floor below me on a completely separate job, and another foreman who was there, like he was working on other stuff, and so we were all at the same hospital working on our own projects. And it was kind of nuts, like very stressful, but it was probably one of the best experiences I think so far that I've had in my apprenticeship, because it's one thing to like be told, okay, do this, do that, but then it's another thing to be like, okay, I have 2 months to get this project done, and it's completely up to me how I decide to plan my days. Like, do I want to demo everything first, or do I want to just demo this room and then start working on it and demo the next room? And just like figuring all that out, and I guess planning, it was kind of crazy, but really cool, good experience. So sometimes as an apprentice, you depending on the situation, you may be running your own like smaller jobs. So yeah.
Do you get into the union quicker for being a veteran? I would say that would be irrelevant.
What was the question that you just heard?
If you're a veteran,
I'm gonna make a video about that soon. That's one of
Okay.
my hopefully
Stay
soon
tuned.
videos. Yeah, one of my buddies, he just got in. Maybe he's watching right now, but he's a veteran, and he applied for the first time, took his aptitude test, interview, scored very well, and he'll probably be in like 2 or 3 months now. So yeah, being a veteran will absolutely help you get in. I need to talk to him and find out if it helps speed along the process, but it definitely helps him rank better. I know that. So in that sense, yes, it does speed up the process for you. And I think as a veteran, you can take your aptitude test pretty much whenever. I don't think you actually need to wait until they do the big aptitude test for everybody else, but don't quote me on that because I need to do my research before I do the video. So
dude, we're getting behind. This is not good.
sorry, I'm skipping forward real quick. Is that Stephen Madrosin? How did this happen? Dan W. Which Dan? I know a few Dans, but which Dan is this?
Wait, hold on. Dan W. That was a guy
This is like a top 10 anime crossover.
guy from Instagram, Dan W. I think. I was talking to him last night. Best power tools as an apprentice should you own? Technically, you shouldn't have to really buy any except maybe a drill set. And I personally like Milwaukee. That's kind of what I started with.
I like Milwaukee too.
I'm not a DeWalt guy.
I said I like DeWalt too though.
I think DeWalt has gotten better since I started, but either Milwaukee or Makita is what I've used. Never had too serious problems. And Milwaukee has great customer service if you need to get something fixed. Here from Lowell MA, welcome, thank you for stopping by. Dude, this live stream is still kicking, dude. 24.
Let's go, man. Let's go.
Is 23 a good age to start an apprenticeship? Yeah, that's a pretty good age.
The average age for an apprentice, if I remember correctly, is 29. So if you're 23, you are very early to get in.
Is
Just keep that in mind.
going to trade school worth it after high school? Not if you can get into an apprenticeship. I would say you skip it. Who's this guy? Who's Dan W? Drive the Corvette. Okay, I do. 50,000 miles. Will you be answering my question in your queue? And also,
Do we skip a question?
if you drop a question or if you didn't get it answered, send it again and we will answer it.
Yeah. I know we were pretty careful, but we may have missed.
You guys on
some stuff.
AMC? No.
Dude, I'm not on AMC, but how about that Dogecoin though? Nah.
Oh my gosh, too soon. Too soon.
Let's go.
What to do if you don't get accepted into the IBW? You can always go the non-union route and then join the IBW as soon as you get your license. Okay, come on, dude, catch up. There we go. Good to see you. Thanks for stopping by, Fabby. Dude, this Blazer game though, down by 6. Dude, come on.
What made you? Oh, what made you Christian? Is he asking me that or me that? We're both. I mean, I'm Christian.
Both probably.
Both of
Yeah.
us, yeah. I can answer. I grew up, and I know this is off topic, and I know that some people may not want to hear about this, but we're asked. Yeah, I grew up in a Christian home. Like, it's what I was born and raised in, and like, so starting out, just because it's what I was taught. But when I got older, like, I really started, thinking. And I was like, okay, if what I am following and doing with my life is, like, basically I didn't want to be a Christian if it wasn't true. And so what I did was I started digging into evidence and doing a ton of research and, like, archaeological evidence, teleological evidence, there's so much out there, and so I just really started digging in, and at this point, like, prophecies in the Bible too, that, like, you can't deny that 400 years ago, and boom, they're fulfilled. So anyways, I did a ton of research, and, like, you kind of convinced me now otherwise, like, so, and the work that God has done in my own life. So yeah, I'm proud to be a Christian.
Yeah, as for me, it would be the same sort of growing up in that environment, and then just later on, just seeing proof of situations of how God has worked, and yeah, just like my experiences, my family's experience, and just seeing things change instantly.
Yeah.
Yeah, prophecy as well. So, just a basic answer on that.
I see that you asked, or you said that you're studying it right now. YouTube resource, Mike Winger. Look him up. Mike Winger. He has a lot of good videos. If you're looking for, like, evidence and reasons to believe, he's my guy. So, anyways. Any tips on how to get into the non-union? I've been applying but not hearing back too much. You would know more about applying for the non-union than I would, John.
Looks like I'm having a heart attack.
Okay.
Dang, dude. Down by 22 seconds. All right, question is how to get into the non-union.
Yeah.
For me, it was 9 years ago, so it's been a while. Honestly, I think I just filled out an application and did the math placement test. And that was basically it as far as I can remember. I was gonna make this video with my old apprentice that I used to work with before I left because he had just joined at the time, so, but we never got around to that video. Have you considered getting your EC license? I have no idea what that is. Electrical contractor's license? No. Any tips on how to get? Okay, we just did that one. John looks stoned always.
You look beautiful, John.
Thank you. How many licenses are there in total? I mean, you have your trainee, you have your journeyman, administrator, master electrician. I would say at least 4. I did say trainee. God is great. Yes. God bless America.
Lost my question here.
How to survive an apprenticeship with a learning disability? Can't really relate, but if you're talking about, I kind of talked about this before. If you're just talking about, like a slow learner, then I would say just, if you're just a slow learner, then just keep practicing and keep studying information. Always ask for help if you're not sure on how to do something. Just keep asking until you understand it. I know for me, early on in my apprenticeship, I didn't quite understand some things when people said stuff, so this guy like pulled me aside, one of the contractors, not even a guy with my own company, but he was just saying like, if you don't understand something, just ask, and ask until you like understand. And that really stuck with me, and it's been really beneficial. Just like, even if someone just told me something once or twice, I'll say, like, if I don't understand it still, then I'll just say like, hey, can you say that again, or I'm still not getting it. So it's been really helpful just to keep asking until you understand, even if it makes you feel stupid. But you're gonna look more stupid if you don't understand and mess up than you will just asking another time and getting it right. So
That's a good answer. Yeah, all I would really say for that is just be as resourceful as you can. Like, you have your phone, you can set reminders on your phone if maybe there's something that you're constantly forgetting to doing, or you can make lists on your phone, or notepad. Basically take notes, use resources. There's kind of a lot of resources and like almost cheats that you can use out in the field. For bending pipe, I mean, there's great apps that you can use for bending pipe. So if you're having trouble remembering the formulas, where to place your marks, like there's apps for that. So as long as you know how to find resources, you'll be just fine.
what should you tell your friends if they think you're a bum for being a tradesman? Honestly, forget them. I'm just kidding. You looking for the bathroom?
Yeah.
Middle door. If your friends think you're a bum for being a tradesman, honestly, they don't sound like a good friend to begin with. But tradesmen often obviously tradesmen make really good money, and really, thank God. Oh my gosh. Double overtime, boys. Double overtime! So yeah, if your friends think you're a bum, haters gonna hate. You just have to accept some people are just gonna say things, and You just have to brush it off because tradesmen make really good money, and if it's something you want to do, then people shouldn't be hating you for that anyways. But tradesmen make really good money, and there's a likely good chance that you'll probably be making more than them. More money, not that that really matters, but you'll be making more money than them, and possibly less time and with less debt and stuff like that. So just give them some reasons, give them some information to inform them without sounding like a jerk, but also standing your ground and letting them know that that's not cool. Find new friends, get new friends. Blazers are going to lose. Well, we got another 5 minutes. Any mods coming to the Corvette? I have headers, X-pipe, and a tune. Yee. Dude, double overtime right now, dude.
Dude, let's go, man. Crazy.
Nova says they're gonna lose, but I say give them 5 minutes and we'll find out. What's the heaviest thing that you have to carry as an electrician?
Your ego. Just kidding.
Probably the heaviest thing is probably just wire, like 1,000-foot roll of Romex or something is probably like 70 to 100 pounds, maybe like 50 to 80 pounds. But it's when you're getting into bigger wire, you're going to have to basically roll it, and there's giant rolls of wire that's like 600 or 700, like 500 to 700 pounds, and if you don't do it right, then you're gonna throw your back out, because I've done that before, and I literally felt like I broke my back in half, and I literally couldn't. I literally couldn't even walk like another step because I tweaked my back so hard from doing something wrong. Are they paying your bills? No, then forget them. Yes, correct. Double overtime. The problem is
Sometimes, like, for me, it's not even so much having to carry heavy things, but it's working in really awkward positions. So, like, there was one time when I was working up on a ladder and I was trying to unscrew something in a box, and so I'm like all twisted and like my hand is like this, trying to unscrew something, and I never had this happen before until then, but like my hand like completely locked up and like I couldn't even like straighten out my fingers or anything. It was pretty weird. So for me, it's not so much like lifting things that makes it physically demanding. It can be working overhead, you know, like this for hours per day, or working in awkward, uncomfortable positions.
Yeah, the only thing for me really is like sometimes when I'm stripping things with my wire strippers, like my hand will cramp up every once in a while, but really that's the only type of recurring pain that I have, or stuff like that. Any thoughts on the Hercules power drill? Never heard of it.
Yeah, I haven't heard of that either.
Dude, we're almost up to 50 likes. That's ridiculous. Thank you guys so much.
Yeah, that's cool. What's your record?
For likes on a live stream?
Yeah.
This is probably by double.
Let's do it.
I don't know. I could go to my history and look on it real quick, but this is probably it. Dude, Damien's got 55 points. Dude, we're up by 2. Let's go, Nova. I really love nothing more right now than just to see them win, just so I can let Nova know that they won. Oh my gosh, play some defense though.
Dang, dude. Tied up again.
1:43 minutes and 15 seconds to go. Dude, 51 likes? Okay, now we're just crushing it, guys. Now we're just showing off.
Yeah, is anybody watching that hasn't liked yet? Because
Yeah, who hasn't liked? Let's be honest. Oh my gosh. Oof, that was
let's see
so
what we
close.
can do.
We don't need to be shooting 3s. We just need to be shooting 2s. Just don't want to be going down the field without scoring.
The problem is I really don't get along with other tradesmen, so basically I just have to grin and bear it for my buddies. Yeah, sometimes you're gonna work with people that are hard to get along with, and that can be tough, for sure.
Yeah, that's probably one of the things that I hate most about electrical is just like getting like some really bad toxic coworkers. Like, usually it's not the bosses, like I said. I've only had really one bad company that I worked for, but it's mainly just the people, some people that can really ruin a company for you, or just your work environment, that can really make you want to quit and not be around them. Dude, whose is it?
You know, one of the things that actually really surprised me when I got into the trade was, like, I had all these ideas of what tradesmen were like before I got in, and so in my mind, I sort of already thought that I had people figured out, like, oh, okay, these electricians are gonna act like this, you know, and so on. But like, the thing that actually surprised me the most was how professional most electricians are. I mean, you definitely get some people that you work with that foul. Yeah, you definitely get some people that you work with, you know, that just like to stir the pot and make life rough on everybody else. But I don't know. I've worked with a lot of really professional, smart, you know, very good tradesmen. So
I would say the older people are more mature and the younger people are more like obnoxious at times, just like goofing off or whatnot. So, but there can definitely be some older people that are just goofy as well. So, tied up, 2 minutes to go.
what's your highest voltage shock?
Mine was 208 for like a split second. If Blazers win, I'm going to flip out. If Blazers win, you need to donate like $5. Just kidding, sort of. People who sit at desks don't live very long.
Oh man, Mac was hung up on 277 as an apprentice. Ouch.
Dude,
Yeah, that's scary.
that's enough to scare you.
That
I know, like, after I've gotten shocked before, it's like it's like I know the power's off, but I still like twitch because I'm still like I'm like, I know what this feels like if it's turned on, so it's like you get like worried, like, you know.
Yeah, I had something crazy happen to me one time, but I don't know if I should really talk about it. So I'm just gonna leave it at that.
Legality reasons.
Let's just
Now you got me curious.
I'll tell you later.
Dude,
But I've been hit by 120, and I don't know. 120 can hurt. I've only been hit by 120 once, and I was expecting more. I don't know. I'm sure you've been hit by 120 before too, being an electrician for 9 years.
like 20 times.
20 times. Yeah. It kind of scared me more than anything.
Yeah, one day I got zapped like 7 times, like plugging in an extension, plugging in an extension cord in the rain, dude.
Oh no.
Like, come on, man.
Let
Dude,
me just try this again. One more time.
dude, Mac is an OG over here. 33 years as an electrician, blown off a ladder, dislocated 3 ribs. That's rough, dude. Jeez. Opinions on commercial versus residential. Kind of went over this earlier. I'm more pro commercial just because of bigger job sites, longer job sites, more variety, always changing, and yeah, that's what. Also, we missed this one. You can talk about that one in a second.
Dang. Wow, Mac. That's no joke.
Dude, I almost fell off a ladder for the first time like yesterday. So,
Jeez.
the ladder started to give out.
It's really cool that you're watching this.
Yeah.
Even though, yeah, you've been retired after 33 years. That's really cool. It always surprises me to see, you know, how many different people will watch like my videos and your videos.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. So yeah, appreciate you watching, Mac. Appreciate the support.
Another one was, what's a mistake you learned the hard way that you can now help others avoid as an electrician? Oh my gosh, we're gonna lose.
Oh yeah, here they go. You just
As long as they-
run down the clock.
As long as they miss this one, or don't score. If they score, it's gonna be bad.
Hey,
Come on, let's go,
Look
let's
at
go,
that.
let's go,
Let's
let's
go.
go, let's go, let's go, let's go, move it. Shot clock's off, down 3, 12 seconds. Are you
Oh,
kidding me?
no.
Mercy. Did he just step
oh
out?
come on, dude. Come on, man.
Mercy. No.
I don't know. What mistakes have you made that? I've made a lot of mistakes. I mean, one thing that I can say is if you see something, say something. You know, if you see that, if you just see something that seems off, like you see a wire hanging out of a box, and you feel like maybe it should be safed off, but you just assume that everything is good and you're not going to say anything, and maybe somebody gets bit, and then you think back, you're like, man, I should have just said something, or I should have just done something about that. I think that's how a lot of things happen, is people will just won't say something. And so yeah, if you see something, say something. That can save a lot of headaches and mistakes, and yeah, keep you from messing things up, or people from getting hurt. What's this?
Nothing really comes to mind for a mistake that I learned from.
Yeah, I can't think of anything specific.
Just basically, like I was saying, asking questions until I understand it has really helped me out. Dude, we're in trouble now, dude. Oh my gosh. As long as, unless we can like block this off right here. That's good, that's good. Okay, where are we at? I'm coming behind. How's it working with other electricians? Do you prefer to work alone or as a team? It really just depends on the type of person. If they're toxic and annoying, then I would rather work alone. If they're cool and chill, then I would prefer to work with someone because it's funner. No, I'll get out of here. What about you?
Yeah, it depends. Depends on the person for sure. Like, I probably work faster by myself, depending on who I'm working with. But like me and my foreman, we get along really, really well, and we work together pretty much every day. And I would prefer to work with him than to work by myself, just because the day goes by faster, we have a really great time. But there's other people that I've worked with where I would definitely prefer just to work by myself. So kind of just depends. I'm happy to throw in some like earphones though and do my own thing, you know.
Oh, here we go. Replay, baby. I'm not sure what you mean, 415 guy. You're saying you graduated with an associate's in electrical, you have no hours. Should you stay independent until you become a journeyman or join the union and go back to school for another 5 years? I would assume you have to go to school, union or non-union, so I'm not sure.
Sarah, are you still watching? I think my wife must still be watching. doubt it, but maybe.
Here we go. We're trying to catch up on some questions. My back is better. This is highest voltage in residential, 240. Unless,
Yeah, I mean.
unless there's like a
240.
specific house service with something different.
Yeah, and I'm just like happy to say too, like I'm a 4th-year apprentice, so you know there's a lot of stuff that I don't know yet. I would assume that 240 is the highest because
I would assume so, unless a special circumstance where you have like a high leg or something for 277.
right.
Yo, what's up, everyone? Thanks for tuning in after. How many minutes is this? Like, this is like 3 hours and 5 minutes.
Is it really?
Dude,
no way.
165 minutes.
No way, man. Oh my
I'm
gosh.
trying to do the math.
It's like, well,
60. No, that's not. 180 would be
It's like-
so
2 hours and 40.
5 minutes.
Holy moly.
Dude, we've started
Yeah.
watching the Blazer game at like the third quarter. It's still
Get
not
some
over.
rest, guys.
Going strong, boys. How does foreman, journeyman, apprentice work in a project? Oh, my foot is cramping. Are the apprentices stuck to a labor? Are the journeymen the only ones doing a cool project? How involved is the foreman? For my case, at my last company, the foreman really didn't do that much. He would basically be doing like, kind of like layout and going through prints and going to meetings and all that type of stuff. Oh, we're in trouble now.
Oh man.
And then journeymen, more out in the field, and apprentices out in the field. So foreman's more like in the office kind of stuff, and then journeyman, apprentice. So just depends on your company. Apprentices don't always do like stuff doing labor and stuff like that. But I know when I was the journeyman, and there was something I didn't want to do, I'd just like give it to the apprentice because I was like, "Yep, it's your turn to learn today." So, I kind of felt bad about that, but it's good to know that like, not like labor, but just like unpleasant tasks like aren't the end of the world. It's more of a mindset. If you think something's negative, then you're gonna complain about it. If you don't think it's negative, then it's not gonna be a big deal. So it's better just to like get used to something quickly than just make it negative your whole career, you know. Dude, we're down by 5 with 8 seconds left. You're gonna have to hit like a 3 and pray for a miracle here. Dude, this is like the longest game I've ever seen, dude.
Do you know what house hacking is? Yeah. House hacking is, I mean, I'm assuming you know, I'm assuming you're asking if, yeah. My wife and I, we want to buy a duplex. That's what we're saving up to do. And we want to rent out, you know, one half, and ideally have our tenants pay the mortgage while we live for, maybe not completely free, but close to free. And you're gonna have a roommate, right? And you own this house, so that's house hacking too. I think it's a really smart thing to do. If you're gonna have roommates anyways, or if you can put yourself in a situation where you can have somebody paying off your mortgage for you, I think that's a really smart move. So yeah, that's what we're doing. We could buy a duplex now, but we want to save up a little bit more and just kind of have more of a buffer, just that way we don't completely clear out our savings to buy a house. I do not smoke weed.
No, I don't smoke weed.
I would assume that you don't either. I never have.
Does it look like I smoke weed?
Yeah.
Don't look at me.
Does it look like John smokes weed?
My eyes are not red because of that reason. It's because I don't sleep enough.
No, I've always been like super straight edge.
No, we don't want to do drugs anyways because we don't want to get randomly drug tested and then get fired.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, I mean, I even know a lot of guys that would, that don't because of random drug tests and stuff. So,
Dang, that's sad. We just lost.
if you ever want to go grab a beer, though, you let me know.
Union or non-union? Why? Union for more money, more benefits. That's mostly it for me. Retirement benefits, higher pay.
Yeah, gosh, this topic, like, not only deserves a whole video, but it deserves like a whole series of videos because there's so much to it. Yeah, definitely union. I don't have anything against the non-union, but I've just seen how much the union has benefited my family growing up, with my dad being a pipe fitter with Local 290, and me being a electrician with the IBEW Local 48. It's been awesome for my family, and I have just been able to, it's a total blessing to be able to have like the benefits, like John said, and the pensions are awesome, and the wages are great, and I don't know, it's really cool. So I could go on and on, but there'll be a video on that soon, hopefully. Eventually there will be. So union though, that's my preference.
Pushing 3 hours.
Should we call it a night?
Depends how late you want to stay. It's almost 9:15.
I still have 21 people watching.
Do you recycle wire? No, I don't personally. Most companies do. Are apprentices expected to perform jobs tasks perfectly in the union? If an apprentice biffs a task hard, are they just laid off immediately? No, I think there's definitely, I haven't heard of anything, and journeymen, wait, what? And journeymen aren't, you didn't ask about journeymen, but journeymen aren't in the trade of firing people. It's more on the company.
Yep.
I haven't heard of anything personally, but there's definitely things that we have to fix because of apprentices, and I don't hear much about it being a problem. I mean, obviously, no one's perfect, and people are going to make mistakes. It's just the way of the trade and the way of life. So there's definitely some leeway there. Good luck, AG23.
It's Local 1. That's awesome. Good luck. Mac has 4 different retirements.
Baller.
Wow.
I mean, that's kind of what we have though, right?
Yeah.
Or 3 pensions and a retirement.
Yeah, I need to do more research on that topic, especially if I'm going to do a video on it, but multiple different pensions. And
Yeah, I have the sheet in my bedroom if you want it.
Yeah, pretty set up.
For me, I
Social Security income, yeah. It's just the cherry on top.
don't quite agree with that, Mac. I would say just depends on the people. You're saying union journeymen show the apprentices the little tricks of the trade, and non-union journeymen keep the tricks of themselves. And as for me, I'll help anyone. I don't care where I'm at. I always helped everyone. I always helped a lot of people non-union, so it's definitely on the person themselves. I haven't heard of that before. I know I always tried to help everyone as best as I could, teach everyone what I know and what helped me succeed and helped me do things quicker and better. So I would always pass that down on to people that I was working with. So I would say it definitely depends on the person, not the union or non-union.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
the coolest. Is that what you read? The coolest tool?
Yeah, I just got excited.
You just bought some new tools.
Coolest tool purchase you made recently? I think it was like yesterday or the day before.
I saw that.
I just got some. I'm really excited about this. I got some new glow-in-the-dark tools.
Ooh, dude, let's go test them out.
They're not here yet.
Oh, they're not yet.
No, I ordered them from Amazon,
Oh man.
and so they're gonna ship them to my house. I think it's Saturday, so maybe they'll be here Saturday.
Just diagonal cutters, right?
Yeah, so it's the glow-in-the-dark Klein
dikes with the angled head.
Sick. Okay.
I didn't know that was a thing. Maybe they've been out for a long time, but I have the glow-in-the-dark dikes, but they're the flat head, and so it's basically the red handle versus the blue handle. So I'm super excited to get the angled head ones. So I'm gonna swap those out as my dailies, and then I also got the glow-in-the-dark needle nose. I think they're the 6 or 7 inch or 8 inch.
I need to get me a pair of all of those specifically for when I work up in the ceiling. Because I'm really bad.
Honestly,
about tools up in the
I don't
ceiling.
think it really makes that big of a deal unless you're sitting there, unless they have enough light to work. Like they'll hold a charge for 30 minutes. That's what they say. But basically, when I go up in the ceiling, they're basically lit up for like 20 seconds, and then you're just like.
Oh.
But for me, the reason why I wanted the glow in the dark screwdriver at first was just to differentiate between the Phillips and the flat blade, you know. So it's like, okay, my white, I need a Phillips. I'm gonna grab my glow in the dark one. So it's like super easy to know which one is which without having I switched them up and I'm grabbing the wrong screwdriver now. But
Yeah.
But now it's just like I super like them because they're cool and they glow in the dark and they make me happy. So that's the only reason.
Dude,
like I really like
are
them.
awesome, man.
I haven't gotten
I'm a
a
tool
new
geek.
tool in a really long time.
I'm a big fan of. Well, Klein is great. I love Klein, U.S. made. I also really like Knipex, and I know if you're hearing me say that, you probably think that I don't know how to pronounce the company name correctly, but that is how they say it, Knipex. They officially released that in a video.
I don't care.
Anyways, yeah. So they have some good tools, but for me the coolest tool. I just did a review video on a laser level, couple of laser levels from a company called Kylie. And most people have never heard of them. I had never heard of them before I did the video, but they're really good laser levels and they're really inexpensive. So check out, if you're interested in watching that on my channel, Matt Electrician. I just did a full review video. It took me a long time to so yeah, check it out. That's my favorite tool that I've recently got.
Is good pay the bottom line, or do you guys find genuine enjoyment in what you do on a day-to-day basis? I would say I personally don't find a lot of enjoyment, but I don't hate it as well. I'm more neutral to it. I think you more enjoy it than I would.
I do enjoy it a lot, but I think I enjoy it a lot because of the job that I had before. Like it's all perspective, really. Like being in retail,
Yeah.
and then being in this, it's a night and day difference. And then also, I really like the crew that I work with. We get along really well and have a good time. So we get a lot done at work, but we also hang out and have a good time. So, but that could change if I end up working with a different crew or something. Overall, though, yeah, I like this work, and you're contributing to society and learning a trade and a skill, and yeah, pretty sweet.
Nuggets or Blazers? We're rooting for the Blazers.
Yeah.
But their defense kind of sucks, and I don't know if they're going to be able to pull through.
How far apart do you guys live? Dude, it took me 42 minutes to drive here. So
Do you live out there, though?
I live.
I thought that's where you were working. I thought you said you lived by the hall.
Yeah, I do. I live like.
It's more like 30 or 40 minutes.
So when there's no traffic, it takes me about 10 minutes to get to. 10 to 15 minutes to get to school. So probably without traffic, it'd take me maybe tops a half hour to get here. But there was a lot of traffic on the way. Yeah, bending pipe is fun.
Yeah, as long as it's not too complex, but I'm up for a challenge. I just don't like messing up and wasting pipe and wasting time.
Yeah.
But other than that, it's great. Which construction union job pays the best? Like, I'm not sure because I don't know all the other trades. So like,
Elevator.
probably sounds about right.
Yeah, the elevator guys, as far as I know, well, actually, linemen make a lot of money too, though.
Yeah.
But that is,
No.
gosh, as dangerous and like mad respect for any linemen out there.
Thanks.
But yeah, just if you don't know, linemen are the guys that work on like the phone poles. You know, climb up the poles, and they're working with like 12,470 volts. Crazy voltages where if you make one mistake, like it doesn't matter what you're wearing, like you're done. So, but they make a lot of money. They're compensated very well for that risk.
Does my electrician ever plan on having his own electrical company? Maybe one day, but not in the near future.
Yeah, maybe eventually. The thing is, like, I don't think I've mentioned this in my videos. I love what I do, like we just talked about, but my ultimate, I mean, I love spending time with my family, with my wife and my kids, and the more time that I can spend with them and the less time that I can spend working, the better. Not because I don't like my job, like I said, I love it, but I want to spend as much time with them as I can. And so if I were to open up my own shop, I mean, I just know myself, I would be working 60 hours probably minimum a week, just because I would want to put in the time and effort to helping it grow. So my goal, what I do is I work my 40 hours a week, I save money, I invest a lot of money, and my goal is to eventually build up enough different income streams to live off of that passive income. So like YouTube, I mean, me and John are making a little bit of money from having some videos out. So it's not a ton, but it's one of those income streams.
And live stream super chat. Let's go, baby.
Live stream super chats. Let's
From
go.
this guy.
Yeah.
99 cents is helping me make passive income.
That's what I'm here for, John.
My man.
Yeah, getting a duplex and all that. So anyways, I see my job as a way to pay for my investments and other streams of income. And I would like to retire early and just enjoy my family.
What was the question?
The question was, I know I trail off so much. Oh, do I ever want to open up a company?
That got really off track.
That got really off track, but I felt like it flowed all right.
When you do side jobs, how do you price them out? For me, I usually just charge per hour, and I usually charge like $75 an hour, and then they buy the material.
I've done volunteer work.
Yeah, that too. Are you allowed to do side work in the union?
Insulators are highest paid.
I'm not sure.
Maybe.
Insulators were the highest paid because no one wants that. Oh man. There's a lot of jobs I wouldn't want to do, and then pretty much 90% of them is all of them.
Yeah, if
the only other job I would probably want to do would be like new construction plumbing, or maybe pipe fitting, like sprinklers, just because it seems pretty mindless and it's just basically gluing pipes together. Everything else is like either destroying your back, just disgusting or itchy, or just like not fun at all. So
yeah,
a lot of jobs out there that I have a lot of respect for that I would never want to do. How do you feel about being 40 or 50 on the ladder for 8 hours? I mean, I don't know, that's up to you. My coworker is like 55 or 60, and he's on the ladder all day with me, so it's definitely doable.
Yeah, I've heard of lots of guys in their 40s or 50s that are on ladders all day. But it's like, with ladders, it's one thing to be on a ladder when you are like next to a wall, and it's another thing to be on a ladder that's in the middle of a room, and like if you fall, there's nothing to lean against.
Yeah. You work 3 hours. What's the question? I just missed it. What's the farthest you had to travel for a job? Locally, like, I think it was 120 miles to Eugene, Oregon. But I have been flown out to Chicago one time. If you guys are some OGs, I think I made a few videos out there. That's when I pretty much first got my glow-in-the-dark screwdriver, which was like 5 years ago.
before our worlds collided
Yeah.
and before I was an electrician.
Do you have any pain from working as an electrician?
I do already.
Really?
Yeah, dude, only 4 years in. So like, I don't know, just, I noticed that my neck and my back, I can already feel it, just from, you know, working with your hands overhead, being in uncomfortable positions, just like you do a lot of repetitive tasks and things that wouldn't seem physically demanding until you've done whatever that repetitive task is, you know, hundreds, thousands of times. Like then you start to feel it. And so on Saturday morning, I woke up with like a pretty bad kink in my back, and throughout the day, my neck was just slowly getting tighter and tighter. And literally by the end of the day, actually it was probably Sunday morning when I woke up, like my neck was, I was stuck like this, like pretty much all day. And my wife, you know, massaged it, and I kind of had a stretch. But I've had that happen a few times since being in. So no like severe pain.
As for,
I'm
yeah, I was
feeling it, for
talking
sure.
about it earlier. Like, I usually get like hand cramps every once in a while, but I just can't tell if my back pain is from like prior to electrical, or if electrical is making it worse, or if it's just sleeping on like a bad bed or whatever. So I'm not sure where my pain comes from.
You, with the union, we have like these, gosh, what do you call it? Different pay zones. And so if you work, you know, outside of, do you know what the exact name is for it?
Oh, the name for it?
Yeah, well, there's like a coverage map, and basically if you work in,
So yeah, it's something zone.
if you work in the Dalles, for example, and you live in Portland, you're gonna make more money. Different pay zones. So if you do have to travel, yeah, like Max said, you'll typically be compensated for it, which is cool. Dude, still 19 people, man. Like,
Yeah, not bad, not bad.
consistency, let's go.
Did you ever end up learning how to read industrial blueprints for panels? I mean, I've wired stuff, but I don't know if there was prints for it exactly. I mean, there's definitely information to help me do it, but I don't know if there was technically a blueprint for it. Just information that you use to wire it. Unless you're talking about like a line diagram or a ladder diagram. This is definitely a recurring question tonight. Do you recommend going to trade school to become an electrician, or would it be better to get a job as a stockman or installer and take some online electrician courses? I wouldn't necessarily recommend it unless you know it's going to help you get into an apprenticeship. It can definitely be avoided with an apprenticeship, so I wouldn't recommend it, but it's up to you if you just want more information, or if you know it's going to help you get into an apprenticeship faster, or like help out your cover letter, or whatever you call that, resume. What's up, GTP? Good to see you as always. I appreciate your support. Yeah, I was driving like 100 miles to work when I started. Driving in 100 miles and then staying a few days and then going back once the week was over. So was compensated for drive time and for spending a night and stuff like that. So definitely worth it, but wouldn't be necessarily fun if you had a family and kids and all that stuff all the time. Does IBW exist in every state, and are certain states better? Yes, certain states are better. I don't know if IBW exists in every state. I would assume so.
Yeah, I don't know off the top of my head. I don't know. I know that most states, for sure. So, it's not that necessarily the state is better or that the cost of living is higher, therefore electricians get paid more. It's how strong the union is out there. So, like here we have a really strong union. We have a lot of members, and our members vote, and we're involved. And so, because of that, we can all come together and basically ask for high wages. Whereas if you have a really weak union presence in another state, you could ask for some, really high pay scale, for lack of better words, from the contractors, and then they could just counter that and say, nah, we don't think we will. And if you don't have a strong union presence out there, then you can't bargain and get those higher wages for your union. So, yeah. Anyways, basically, it just really depends on like the union presence and how strong the membership is out there, on how good of a wage you're gonna get is really kind of what it comes down to.
This college course will give you 4,000 hours towards an apprenticeship. Will that give you an edge when applying for an apprenticeship? Or would you need more? I don't know if it would give you an advantage. It would probably look good, and you would need more as an apprentice. I couldn't quite answer that for you. Depends on your human experience. It would depend on your program.
Yeah.
What's a big union electrical company out there?
OEG, Oregon Electric Group, is the company that I work for, and they are massive. They're a big one. Christensen is a big one. There's other big ones. I think Oregon Electric, OEG, is the biggest.
What are some red flags in companies? Like treating you extremely bad and being really disorganized, and probably like not buying tools.
Yeah. Or if you check your vacation funds or you check your pension and you see that the company hasn't been paying into that, which that's happened before out here before, not with the company that I work for, but that's a big red flag, because you don't want to be working for a company that is cutting corners and not paying into your pension or to your vacation fund or whatever when they should be. I'd say that's a really big red flag, and you should tell somebody about it right away. You should try to do something, and if you can't get out of that company, I would talk to your training center or local union, and they will most likely get you out, because you don't want to be in that situation where you're not getting paid what you should be.
How often do you work weekends? I think I've only worked like 3 Sundays in my life in 9 years, so pretty much never.
Yeah, not often for me. When I first started out, I was working at a very big project. I had to drive a little ways to get out there, and they were paying $100 per diem just for showing up. And this was overtime on the weekends. So as an apprentice, I was making a time and a half on Saturdays, double time on the Sundays that I would work, and then I would also be getting the $100 per diem, which is non-taxed, on those Saturdays and Sundays that I worked. So that was pretty cool. It was a lot of money as a first-term apprentice. Super nice.
Do you encounter lots of people right out of high school in the apprenticeship program? I would say not right out of high school. I would say like more like 20-year-olds. Say I encounter a lot of people between the age of like 20 to 24, but not like 18 or 19. What about you?
I have had, so there's one of my buddies, he applied right out of high school and he got in. I think that it seems like there's more people interested in the trades. I could be wrong, but from what I've observed, is it seems like there's more of an interest in from high schoolers to get in. It's definitely not unheard of, and as long as you have, as long as you can prove that you're going to be a good candidate, so maybe you have, like I've mentioned, pictures of like projects that you've worked on, and maybe you took some classes relating to the trades in high school, then you could definitely get in right out of high school, and that's sweet if you can, because that's more years towards your pension, and you're going to be making more money sooner and all that good stuff. So
For sure.
oh, EC, yeah, EC.
How much math is involved in the schooling for electrical?
Quite a bit, honestly. Yeah, there's here at Local 48, there's a couple of pretty math intensive terms. Fourth term is the big one, and the thing about it is yes, while you are doing some fairly complicated math, you are learning, you're incrementally working your way up there. So you're going to learn, one concept, one formula, and if you're doing your homework and you're studying, then you're going to have that down. So that way, the next class you're going to build on that, and then the next class you're going to build on that more. And so you just work your way up to this point where you're doing some fairly complex math. But if you're a good student, if you're sticking around for tutoring after class, asking questions, emailing your instructor, like, even if you're not good at math, you can get through the apprenticeship for sure.
What is the most dangerous thing you have done while doing electrical work? Yeah, I would say working on live circuits and also being on ladders with no fall protection where you can fall and die. Or working in a scissor lift or something like that where you're running over objects or you're driving too fast, like taking a sharp corner, and you could like get ejected or whatnot, have the thing tip over.
Yeah.
Or working on a scissor lift on like a ramp sideways.
Oof.
Even like on like a wooden like wedge to make it level, but still like iffy.
Sometimes it's not even yourself, it's like other people that you need to watch out for.
Yeah.
I was working on a project, it was like my first kind of real project that I was on, and we were building these things called e-houses. And basically it's like these portable electric rooms for Intel that we would make, and inside there's like transformers and panels and VFDs and PLCs and all these like crazy things. And so these were like raised up 4 feet off the ground, so when you're underneath you're kind of bent over and you're like working. And this was in an iron fab, and so there was these iron workers that were driving forklifts, driving around and bringing material from one side of the bay to the other. And there was one time when me and my apprentice buddy, we were working underneath one of these e-houses, and one of the iron workers, he drives right by where we're at, and then he does a 180-degree turn, but when he turned, the forks went way under the e-house, and literally me and my buddy Jeremy, we had to jump out of the way because those forks would have hit us right in the legs, and that could have been really bad. So that's just like an example of how you gotta be spatially aware of what's going on. Yeah.
I think we finally caught up. 200 minutes, dude. Let's go.
Oh, dude. Ow! Let's make it 400, dude. Let's keep going. Nah,
Till midnight. Actually, no, that would be like, yeah, that'd be past midnight.
Yeah.
We haven't even played any Halo yet.
Oh, dude. I don't know. Should we call it a night?
Yeah, I think that's pretty good. I think we went past our
Thank you, Daniel.
pre-dinner.
I appreciate you.
Oh, come on, Daniel.
You're a gentleman and a scholar. Yeah, hey, actually, why doesn't everybody just subscribe to my channel too while you're here?
Yeah,
That'd be great. Mad Electrician.
even though he's already got like 1,000 more than me.
Yeah,
just
dude.
go for it. Just subscribe
Yeah.
to him, you know. Maybe I'll be in his future live stream
Yeah, dude.
if he ever does.
We're the dynamic duo.
What kind of boots do you wear? I have the Danner brown and orange ones. I forgot the specific type, but they're just the high top Danners, non-steel toe. Already subscribed.
Do you see that? Do you see that? Dennis found out about your channel from mine because he saw that I was recommending your channel.
Wait, so
You're welcome.
no, he said for me.
Mad Electrician was the first channel I saw. Oh, recommend. Oh, I
Come
totally
on,
swear that
this
no.
guy trying to steal my glory right here. Are you kidding me? This guy.
Well, I appreciate it. That's awesome.
Respect, Dennis.
I wear Danner boots, and through the training center, we get 40% off Danner coupons. Did you know that?
Really? You're gonna have to give me some.
Get you
Actually,
some.
I mean, I already have my pair pretty new, and I also have a brand new pair that I haven't even worn, so I'm probably set for like 5 years, but when I need some more, I'll hit you. Just get like extra, whole bunch of extra coupons before you leave.
Yeah, dude, stock up. I think that because Danner is like a couple blocks away from the training center,
Just kidding, Daniel. Appreciate you.
and so yeah,
Yeah.
they always hook it up,
Dude, that's sick.
which is kind of cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've only had one pair of boots, dude, my whole apprenticeship. They've lasted this whole time.
I went through.
The Danner Corys are the boots that I have.
Are they the same as mine?
Maybe, let's see.
I had a pair of boots that I got from my uncle, which lasted me a year or two, and then I got a pair of Danners that lasted me 2 years, and then I think I don't know if I had a third pair. I don't know. Usually the boots last me like at least 2+ years.
You should get a cat.
You're a cat.
This is spring door stopper's not doing much good without a
This
cat.
guy right here playing with my door stopper. What got you interested in the trade? Looking for work. Enjoyed it.
Dude, 31 people
Okay.
right now. Is that what you...
29,
29,
57.
okay, mine's lagging a little bit.
I think, yeah, mine's probably a second faster. Who can handle getting shocked with more voltage? Looks like we're gonna have to do a little test.
I'm good, dude. I'll pass.
What did we eat?
That's
we
one thing I don't want to find out.
Yeah, it's not fun. We don't want to die. We had grilled cheese and ramen, chicken ramen. Yeah, I should probably get ready to call it a night, you guys. Even though we got 27 viewers in here, which is amazing.
It's pretty sweet.
Yeah, definitely gonna have to do a stream soon on your channel.
2 more subscribers.
What?
I said 2 more subscribers.
Dude, as soon as you finish the live stream, it tells you how many. It tells you all these cool stats, like how long people watched for, what was the average view time, like your top viewers, like how much super chat you got, and then like how many new subscribers you got like during the live stream. So it's pretty cool. So yeah, appreciate you guys. I think we're gonna call it a night. If you didn't hit that like button, hit it up. Appreciate it. Yeah, just 204 minutes. So hopefully you guys enjoyed. Hopefully we could get all your questions answered if we didn't miss any.
Oh, man.
Appreciate you guys' support and just happy to help you guys out. So hopefully you guys had a good time with us, and we had a good time with you. So, how well are LU 40 minutes just funded? Never heard of them.
I think they're in the, I believe they're in the green right now. Yeah, I think that they are funded pretty well right now, but we want to be, if it's not in the green, it's almost in the green, so. Yeah, anyways. They're doing good, they're healthy. Alright.
I'm not sure what you mean. All right, guys, have a great rest of your night. Appreciate you guys. God bless. And until next time, peace.